Hey,
Hello.
how are
Excited
you
utterance
guys?
here. And there is Salvador Dali. And hello,
Yep,
Shelley. You are absolutely, definitely first. No question about it. We are
absolutely.
streaming to you and probably us in our own browsers.
Yep.
Um, and I don't know if anyone else is coming in just yet. We might give everybody. You have a little medal. Look at
Yep.
you. Yay, Shelley. um, we'll give people a little bit of a chance to come in. Um, I know that Baker is streaming as well, so might be a couple of people over there who
Yeah.
are busy watching that, and that's cool. Um, but like Pursehouse is happening too, and I know that people are just dying to see the rest of this riveting
Absolutely.
trial.
Well, there's the last hour I think is going to be very entertaining. Because he has a two
Hey,
of his
greedy
two
bloke.
of his besties show up to jail, and they're recorded on their conversation. So let's just say Pursehouse is in an upbeat mood, surprisingly. Yeah,
Really?
he's in jail. Yeah, it sucks, but hey, it is what it is. And I'm not going to spoil it, but let's just say he has some ideas on how to make money, and he still wants to do his stand-up career, I guess.
A stand-up career. Oh, that's
Yeah,
right, the stand-up career.
yeah.
You
Did you
know
see that
what?
video?
Oh, we need to get that out. Do you want to
Yeah,
do
you
that
haven't.
first?
Sure.
Let's do that
The
first.
the video of him being
The video.
roasted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me
Let's
find
do
it.
that. We need a break from court for a
Yeah,
minute. Yeah, let's do it.
if I can find it.
What's this? I switched over to Law and Crim after Mo went to Delphi, and yeah, the recording is something else. Oh, have you seen? Are you, okay, what recording are you talking about? Distant? Oh, I think I think you've seen what Sal's
Oh
talking
yeah,
about. Yeah,
it's just bizarre.
it's bizarre. Cool. Okay, I can't wait to get to
Yeah,
it. But actually, I think this is a really good idea to have a look at the prior stand-up career,
yeah,
so we can get a little bit of a background as to what Mr. Pursehouse, what his dreams were
yeah.
prior to being put in the clink. Yep.
Okay, I
Oh,
got
you're
it.
leaving already, Shelley. That's a shame. Okay, that's
Huh?
cool. We understand. You got to go to work.
Okay, I'm pulling it up now.
Oh, you're off to work and ready to give my full attention to this. Oh, you're off
Oh,
work.
awesome.
Sorry, I didn't understand what you were saying. And hang on, we move things around. Look, we go like this.
Oh, let me go.
Uh,
Hold
what's
on a
happening?
second.
How come
Yes,
this
one on.
screen is all the way up there? Oh, I need to
Also,
put you.
guys, Diamondbacks are playing right now. It's like last few games of the season, so I'll try to keep it down.
Yeah.
But if I turn my mic off and you see me screaming, it's not you, it's them.
Yeah, or it's not even the cats. Like
No,
usually it's the cats,
no,
but
I don't
no,
really yell at.
he
I'm stern
does.
with them, but
Oh,
no, I
the other day,
yeah.
you chucked a good old Nana screaming fit at them. Like it was like they were teenagers. What the hell was going on?
Oh yeah.
Pepper, I told you already. Don't get into the kitchen drawers. My lord.
Well, it happens sometimes.
That was something else. In fact, we need to go back and clip that.
I don't remember it.
You don't even. Oh, that's right.
No.
You were a bit tipsy. That was during Chandler Holderson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh god.
that
Yeah, because
was
that was
yeah
really late at night. So.
well
Oh yeah, I
really
was really
late.
drunk. Yeah.
It was yeah. You were quite drunk. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
what 7:30 p.m. Really late at
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
I got past the initial sleepiness stage. to
Yeah,
enjoy the inebriation phase.
you were quite inebriated.
Yes.
Anyway,
God.
yeah, let's enjoy Mr. Pursehouse and his You're right. What, something's gone wrong?
No, it's fine. Just a double play.
Oh dear. Dearie me.
I need to put up a new sticker.
Greedy bloke likes my impressions. Thank you. You're my one fan when it comes to impressions. I'm glad someone appreciates it.
Oh shit. Put your hands together for your next comedian, Gareth. Is Gareth here? Just one word, Gareth? That's interesting. Uh-oh, here he comes, everybody. It's a real human.
Well,
that way, Gareth. Go back that
debatable.
way.
And I think
Where is he? Where's Gareth? Where?
It's great.
Oh, here we go.
And this, I believe, is when he took his Tinder date, was the girl.
Oh.
Yeah,
What girl?
that he
Which
was
girl?
arrested with.
The girl he was arrested with. The
Yeah.
dark haired.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that was screwing him, and after
That
like
was
meeting him
then.
twice. Yeah.
So it was after the murder.
No. This was like 2-3 weeks before.
Oh.
I think this happened after he ran into her.
Right.
Amie.
So it was right around that time.
Right after this was. So like he was already on the edge, and then these guys just roast him and tear him apart. So I don't know how much you had to.
Dear.
Yeah. So this is Gareth. And his he's trying out for a stand-up career, you know. We'll see how it goes.
Wow. All right.
Dream. Here he is. One more time for Gareth, everybody. Come on.
Hello, everybody. All right, let me spin around this. There we go. Well, thank you very much. It's great to be here in all the best parts of entertainment. We've got most of a band. We've got morning radio sound effects. Sometimes a full band when a toy kazoo comes from the ground, raises from the grave, takes over Tony and starts singing. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful time.
His face. Oh my god.
He throws. So
that's never good when a comedian looks at you that way. A professional comedian looks at you that way.
Just like,
and he's just
crickets.
stunned, and all that's going through his head is how I can rip you apart.
Yeah.
In the horrific way possible.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting? It's like now I can see Gareth, right?
Yeah.
Like in the photos yesterday that we were looking at,
yeah,
I was stunned. Like that was not the same person.
Yeah.
Sitting in the courtroom. Whereas now I can see the correlation, like the similarity between his face and that man. Just right.
Barely,
like you can see how he's gained weight, and that's the same guy. Just like it's just a thinner version of that man there. But it still, it's a different, The guy in the photos yesterday didn't look anything like that.
No.
So over the summer, Trump yanked all the troops out of Syria, right? And then ISIS got loose. They're knocking on doors, running away or something like that. I don't know really how it works. And I thought he should have asked Tony that is a bad idea because he has broke the bank relying on the pull-out method. Quickest coming comedian in comedy. Anyway, so I have bad news for the entertainers over there. Okay. I have bad news for the entertainers over there. The best day of your career is going to be the days after you die. When painting, best day for the entertainers over there. Okay. I have bad news for the entertainers over there. The best day of your career is going to be the days after you die. When paintings skyrocket in price. Can I continue? It's close.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The paintings skyrocket in price. Redbox starts holding some movie from 1962. But what about the porn talent? What happens with them? Is it just Red Band at home singing, "She was so underappreciated in her time"?
All right. There you go, Gareth. You did it. Doing the age-old broken method of trying to roast the people that the audience is here to see.
Wow.
How do you feel, Gareth?
Shaky.
Shaky?
Yeah.
Is this your first time on a stage?
On a real stage, yeah.
Yeah. What other
what that
kind of
was.
stage have
Like
you
No
when
done?
there's
shit.
like 5 comedians. That
Oh, I wish it was stage 4.
What's that mean?
Gareth.
I don't know.
Gareth.
I missed that.
Gareth.
I don't know what stage format.
Okay, so that's just a really shit joke that no one gets.
I'm not in Hollywood, so I don't know.
Hey, Wes,
Hey,
how's
Wesley.
it going?
Yeah, I don't know this show. I've never seen it before except for this clip, but yeah, he seems from what I've. Oh wow. Okay.
What? That's,
that's-
so bad.
Oh, that's brutal. Oh my god.
Oh no. God damn, that's so bad.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus, ripped.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Okay, does it get any worse?
Oh yeah.
So you tried to do jokes about us, and that
It
never
wasn't my
really
original
worked.
plan. I was just writing normal jokes, and then
Right.
it kept twisting easily into just stupid roast. And I figured you guys are roast people, so I thought I'd try it out.
You
How did
figured
it go?
that.
I don't know. Doesn't sound like good.
No, it doesn't, Garrett. No, it doesn't. So you just started stand-up comedy?
I've been writing a lot for about 2 or 3 years, but I've barely ever tried to get on actual stage.
When you say barely ever, what do you mean? You've done a couple open mics, or this
just
is your
like,
first?
or it's like a couple comedians that try themselves like a year ago, but other than that, nothing.
How come? Because it went like
Busy,
that?
Yeah. No. I'd say a mix of a good and bad on the other ones, but
Right. What do you do for work?
software engineer.
And how old are you?
They're 41.
Yeah. What do you do? What are your hobbies? What are things about you in your real
Things I
life?
do, I like to build stuff. Like I'm a work with my hands kind of guy, or projects. Always trying to think of like a cool invention, that kind of thing. Or traveling. That's
What? What have you come up with? What are some of your inventions?
Nothing successful right now. I'm trying to
Well, I
figure
thought
out
I had a way to
How to have the worst
defy
joke Tony said
gravity.
ever.
If you build,
Every comedian absolutely bombs. It absolutely happens. But other comedians are going to roast you when it does.
Yeah, get ready for that.
Yeah.
And I think from what Wes was saying, like, that's what these guys do.
Yeah. I mean, they have
So-
actually, I think some people have said they have found some people that were funny and they liked, but,
Mm.
and I think they probably wouldn't have been as cruel if he didn't
Yeah.
come out and start crapping on them at first.
Yeah, he just swung right at them.
Like, he isn't part of their crew,
No,
you know.
no, he's right
Like,
on their
you
toe.
guys, yeah, you guys can roast me and I might roast you back.
Yeah,
But if some guy we've never heard or never, like some streamer we've
someone
never
just
seen before,
came straight into chat. Yeah,
yeah, and starts being
Yeah.
a dick, or is you know,
Yeah.
another streamer that doesn't really know me, then
Yeah.
you're kind of a dick.
it can be.
Oh, that-
Yeah.
I miss
the
that.
horse of truth has
Oh,
arrived.
Shelley, you're
Like
so
right now,
sweet.
I'm trying to figure out a water conservation project.
Let me
that
tell
kind
you
of thing.
something. There's no way you're going to be that guy.
No,
You're not going to. No, I'm kidding.
Just give up on that.
Yeah.
you're right.
No.
Get a filter for your washer or, your shower head so you don't use as much water. That's about it.
There you go. Red Band just solved it,
That's
everybody.
exactly how it works. Good
Use
job.
less water.
Why are you a one-name comedian?
Oh, my last name's long, so I just didn't bother.
What's
Oh, here we
My
go.
last name's Pursehouse. It's too long to write.
What is it?
Pursehouse?
Pursehouse?
Wow. Too long to write, huh?
It's 2 words we all know.
Wow.
It sounds like a drag club.
The drag club.
Pursehouse. So that's interesting. You have a girlfriend?
No, but I'm here with a way too hot date.
Oh, wow.
Don't tell
Not
her.
anymore.
Yeah,
She's gone,
and
Gareth. She's
let
fucking
me tell you about
Mohammed
the
in
other
the
one.
back of the room
Wait.
right now. We can all see her.
No, she's gone.
She's fucking Indian Brad Pitt. All she heard was Brad Pitt. She's wasted right now. She's just taking it. That's fun. Gareth, so how do you get a chick that's way too hot for you? How does that work out?
Luck.
Yeah. Do you just have you only have your height on your dating profile?
Yeah, that's it. Just
everything else it starts to drop off fast.
I mean, you're handsome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good looking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a retarded team leader at Target kind of way.
I love it. Fucking, he looks like if Clark Kent went into a phone booth just to call his grandmother.
Oh.
I have Superman for Halloween a couple times.
Duh.
And that's exactly what I get every time. Like, no shit.
Oh,
idiot.
shut up.
Garrett.
I'm drunk. I swear to God, send me drinks, everybody. All right.
The whole unit gets defensive when people take shots with their 60 seconds.
Yeah, no, I like what you guys do. I just thought it'd be fun, but
You're a fan of the show? You ever watch it or listen
yeah,
to
I've
it?
come here a couple times, but of course,
Have you ever watched it?
Like, give us an example of a joke you were going to say before we all lost respect for you.
I'd have
Do
to
one normal joke.
I don't have everything.
Your best joke.
Come on. Come on. You have one fucking joke that doesn't have to do with me or Red Band or whatever.
What is it? What is the most effeminate candy bar called? Hershey.
You did.
I had
Remember that.
one today where I've been
That's what we
told
call
by I was talking to an ex a long time ago, and she told me that before.
Talking to
like,
a what?
I was talking to an ex,
Uh-huh.
and she told
Oh,
me
I
that when
wonder
we
who that
first
was.
met, she thought my personality meant I had a small dick. And then I talked to another ex, and she told me the same exact thing. And I just want to make it perfectly clear right now that my dick size is private.
What?
Wow.
What
There
a
you go.
wild swing you took on. Don't boo him.
I
What a
don't-
wild.
I don't have any memory. Yeah.
What a wild swing you took bringing up hot date for the first time to this. Just like, I hope I'm any good at stand-up
How
comedy.
is that a joke?
She's a real hot date now because she just lit herself on fire in the corner there. I can see. The hottest date, dude.
Well, I'm really glad you came up here because I didn't think it was possible for me to hate a man as much as I hate my husband.
Well, Gareth,
That was
you
really
know,
not
you gave it a
funny.
shot. I would love to see you come back sometime if this is something that you actually think that you might enjoy doing when it goes well.
Yeah, I write literally constantly. I just don't memorize it.
Right.
I'm pretty sure the first kid to use the phrase "I'm way to go Einstein" was a bully on the playground.
Way to go, Einstein.
Yeah, I
He's
don't
a
know.
bully on the
Stupid joke.
playground. But why? Why would that? Why would that bully?
A bully on the playground in 1880. So
Okay, so that makes
Yeah.
that's so important to the joke.
Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work.
I mean, I don't think it would have made it work, but it would have made it make sense.
Yeah.
I would say that joke is 2% there.
Hey, milkman. All right, there goes Gareth, everybody. We're going to keep moving. There goes Gareth. There we go.
Same, Shelley.
You got to
I
be
didn't
careful
get it
up
at
here,
all.
people. You got to be careful. This is not a game.
You know what? I just need to watch more of this show, whatever that was.
Yeah.
The Kill Tony show. It's funny. They're good. I like them. What's this, Wes? Tony Hinchcliffe out there making supervillains. Yeah. I wonder if they've had like more views on their videos since then, since this whole
yeah,
thing.
At first they like tried to ignore it because they weren't sure, but then they
Hmm.
kind of like they had to embrace it and just laugh
Well,
about it.
yeah. I legit
It was so
didn't
awkward for
really.
them.
I didn't get Purshouse's jokes at all. Like, what's he talking about? What does he mean? The thing with what was it? The small dick and
Oh, because it's private, which is like you call your privates.
it's private.
Yeah, because
Oh,
it's your
hang on.
private.
Did he mean like in a military sense?
No, like private. That's what term Americans call their junk.
I know that,
Private.
but
Yeah.
his dick size is private. That's not funny.
No, I know.
It's not funny. That's
No.
what I mean. Like, I know what private means.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
just like your privates,
yeah.
but it's just not funny. Like, it's just not funny. How is that a joke? What? I mean, what does have that? My mind is blown. What does that have to do with his personality, though? Yeah, it's just. I'm okay. I have one thing to say about this. Hang on a minute, and that is this. That.
Oh,
Hang on, that needs to be louder. That is what I had to say about that.
yes. So,
And-
we're ready to start the trial.
And yes, we do. And let's just get back our overlay, underlay. That. And we have something else we need to play, correct?
Yes.
What's that, Sal?
Oh, we have an intro.
We do. Because we're spicing things up today.
We are.
We are. Off you go, Sal.
Oh, you want me to?
Yes.
Okay. All right, you can start it now.
Okay. Well, you know what? We've been watching this trial for a really long time. It
I
feels
know.
like about 20 years.
I know.
And and you know what? We've decided to embrace The Price is Right. Because we don't know if Drew
Drew
Carey's
Carey's not
ever
even
going
going
to
to be
come
called
on.
at this point.
We don't know.
I know. We watched
The
this whole
state
thing for
just
nothing.
keeps bringing in the freaking witnesses. They just won't stop. So you know what? Every time they bring another one in, because they just keep coming on down,
Yeah.
we're going to play the come on down music. And we have buzzers, we have bells, we have the whole thing. We're going to enjoy this effing trial. Too bad. So sad. Let's go. And hang on a minute. I'm going to put it on 1.25. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Indeed.
And, oops, I'm on the wrong one. I need to be on that one.
Row.
Goodness me, damn, I got to the wrong spot. 120, 141, wasn't it? I see, we played the music, and then.
That Mark Olasak
You went to the wrong one.
deleted a
That's the wrong trial. That's the lesbian
Oh
trial.
no, wrong trial. Yeah, my thing just flipped to the.
Yeah, I was lesbian v lesbian today.
Defense
Defense attorney and the detective.
Yeah, the music went off and it was all just a bit premature.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, I know, right? There we go. There we go. Back to the right courthouse.
Yay.
Back in LA.
Or we just
With
have
the
trannies,
bear.
not lesbians.
Damn. What's that say? Spay and neuter your pets, you filthy animals. Yes. My dog has her period.
Charming.
I know. Oh, look,
Aw,
trust me, I'm
She's a
living with it.
woman now.
She is. She's coming to her season.
Womanhood.
And
Yeah.
apparently, well, we were told by our vet that she needs to go through her season and then neuter her.
Oh, okay.
That's the healthy thing to do, apparently.
So have one.
Have one season,
Okay.
and as soon as the season is over, then
Aw.
then you do the neutering. That's what we're gonna do.
Duly sworn and testified that he's an inmate video visitation systems project
Can you
manager
turn it up?
with the Los Angeles
Yeah, it's
County
doing
Sheriff's
it.
Department.
Doing it.
He's a qualified
Doing it.
custodian of records for Twin Towers
Feedback
Correctional
from
Facility.
chat. Tell us if
Will
it's
further
getting too
testify that he
loud or
obtained the jail
anything.
visitation records for defendant Gareth Pursehouse, inmate number 5879433, People's Exhibit number 127, four-page document with pages A through D, titled Visitation Activity Report. Now, People's Exhibit number 127 is a copy of those visitation records, which is kept in the normal course of business for the correctional facility and are created contemporaneously with the jail visitation. The records accurately show the date and time of a visitation and the name of the visitor. The records show the approximate length of time of the visitation.
No closed captions available today.
Visitors are videotaped. Select videotape visitations were provided to the investigators in this case. Does counsel so stipulate?
Okay, so they're talking about.
Yes.
And I take 126 was the stip.
Oh, too loud.
Yes, 126 can be the stipulation.
I believe it's a
Yes, all right,
stipulation to
very
bring
good.
in the jail call
All right, you may call your next witness.
Thank you.
Jail
People
call.
call is Lisa.
or
Sheedy.
recording.
Yes, so that's for later.
Yeah.
Ready? Come on down.
Alright, if you could raise
Wait.
Sal, be on the ball.
You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Right
Thank
now,
you.
please.
You solemnly state that the testimony you're about to give and the cause now pending before this court should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Please state and spell both your first and last name.
Lisa Schliebe, L-I-S-A.
Sleepy. Her name's Sleepy.
Schliebe.
All right, Ms. Mariano.
What do you do
She
for a living?
mustn't have any
I'm
problems
a
getting too
criminalist for the Los
sleepy.
Angeles Police Department.
And how long have you been in
How's it
criminals?
having a name called Sleepy?
About 14 and a half
She must have
years.
really been
Oh,
paid
she's
out.
one of the
What are
seven
your duties
dwarves.
as a criminalist?
She was.
As a criminalist, I am charged with collecting evidence at crime
Does she
scenes
have a
as
brother called
necessary,
Grumpy?
as well as taking
Amazing.
evidence that has been booked into our laboratory into possession in the serology DNA unit and
Sleepy.
processing that
No.
for
You're so
DNA
sleepy.
analysis, and then making a report and coming to court and testifying to the results.
What's your education, background, and training in regards to being a criminalist?
I have a bachelor's degree from the University of North Carolina at
DeVry.
Did I turn it
Greensboro
up
in
to-
biology. I have a
No, I
Master
didn't.
of Science in Criminal Justice from East Carolina University, and I have a Master of Science in Criminalistics from the California State University of Los Angeles. During the time
Your
that I've
sleepy
been employed
parents
with
must
the
be
Los
so
Angeles Police
proud.
Department, I have been trained both
When they're awake.
internally in the identification
Yeah.
of biological fluids, common examples being blood, saliva, semen, as well as completing their DNA academy, which included mock casework, just like we would experience in real casework, and competency exams as well as the
Hey,
final
reindeer.
exam. Since
Good
then,
to see
I've
ya.
also completed continuing education each year. I have attended conferences as a part of the California Association of Criminalists, and I complete 2 proficiency tests each year, both including biological screening and DNA.
Now, how many times have you testified prior to today?
Approximately 20.
Now, did you receive items of evidence booked under DR number 2006-06220 to perform testing on in this case?
I did.
Specifically, did you perform testing on the following items? I'm just going to name them. And you can say yes or no after each item. Swab of stain on bedroom floor.
Be right back.
Can you tell me the item number?
Sure. Item number 1, swab of stain on bedroom floor. I'm sorry, item 39, swab of stain on bedroom floor.
Yes.
Item 40, swab of stain on bedroom floor.
Yes.
Item 57, reference blood sample from Amie Harwick.
Yes.
Item 58, a sexual assault evidence kit collected from Amie Harwick.
Yes.
Item 58 again, limb 711, a vaginal swab.
Yes.
And before I name the other items, the following items I'm going to name are part of the sexual evidence
Unbelievable.
kit collected from
Sorry,
Amie Harwick.
I'm
Is
watching
that
the
correct?
baseball game.
The list.
Our rookie just stole his 50th base
Can
of
I
the year.
ask you what you're referring to?
Sure.
So that
There are
Oh
several
my-
swabs that were
Yeah,
included
we got
inside
the
the
lead.
sexual evidence assault kit. Is that correct?
correct.
And you analyzed those specific
Oh yeah,
swabs.
when he gets
Correct.
back, I'll have her.
Are those items the following? A vaginal swab?
Yes.
Come on. What just happened? It's a force out. Shit. It's all right. We got the lead. You.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Her CV is really quite quick. Oh, is it not working?
No, it's not playing right now.
Oh, okay, it's fine. I'll fix it.
That's
A cervical swab?
Yes.
An anal opening swab?
Yes.
A rectal swab?
Yes.
An external genital swab?
Yes.
An oral swab?
Yes.
A left neck swab?
Yes.
A right neck swab?
Yes.
Left breast swab?
Yes.
And right breast swab?
Yes.
Now, did you also examine an item reference sample, item number 1, a buccal sample from Gareth Pursehouse?
Yes.
Buccal?
Was that previously analyzed by a different analyst, or was that analyzed by you?
It was previously
I
analyzed
know
by a
what
fellow
it is, but I've
criminalist.
never heard it called buccal.
Did you conduct
It's
testing
the-
on
I have
that
in a couple
particular item of
trials,
evidence that was previously
Yeah.
analyzed?
They usually pronounce it wrong.
Was that because it was already done by someone
Buckle.
else?
It
Correct.
should be buckle.
Did you prepare a report that reflects your findings in regards to your analysis of all the items I mentioned to you?
Yes.
And did you also have a case file that corresponds with all of the analysis that was conducted in regards to these items?
Yes.
And were these reports prepared at or near the time
He
of
has
actual
67.
Yes.
And in this instance, was the analysis
Which
of
is
these
really
items
impressive.
conducted sometime between April 8th, 2020 and June 9th, 2020?
Yes.
And do these reports accurately reflect the results of the testing as well as the procedures and protocols that were followed?
Yes.
Now, I want to talk to you about whether any DNA profiles were obtained from the evidence samples and the reference samples in this case. Now, earlier the jury had heard what a reference sample is. That is, a DNA profile is obtained from a known source. Is that correct?
Correct.
And so you had already a reference buccal sample from Gareth Pursehouse in this instance. Is that correct?
Correct.
And a DNA profile had already been obtained from that specific sample.
Correct.
But you used that as to conduct a comparison in this instance. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, there's also a reference blood sample from Amie Harwick. Is that correct?
Correct.
Did you obtain a DNA profile from that reference blood sample from Amie Harwick?
Yes.
Now, using the DNA profiles from the buccal sample belonging to Gareth Pursehouse and the blood sample, or the DNA profile obtained from the blood sample from Amie Harwick, were either of those DNA profiles present in either of the swabs of the stain on the bedroom floor?
Amie Harwick was included as a minor contributor in one of the swabs.
And what does a minor contributor mean?
And so in a mixture, there can be what we call a major and a minor, being the majority of the DNA that's present comes from that main donor, that major donor. And then the minor is some of the underlying DNA that's below it. It could be background, it could be an actual mixture of fluid. There's a lot of things that can have that happen.
Now, was the DNA profile that was developed from the buccal sample of Gareth Pursehouse, was that excluded from the stains, the two swab of stains on the bedroom floor?
Yes.
Did you obtain any DNA profiles from any of the swabs contained in the sexual assault kit of Amie Harwick?
No.
Now, earlier you had testified that you obtained a DNA profile from the reference blood sample of Amie Harwick, and that there was already a DNA profile that was developed from the reference buccal sample belonging to Gareth Pursehouse. Is it customary within your lab for other criminalists to use DNA profiles that have been obtained during a prior analysis?
Is it customary for them to pass around the mucus?
Thank you, nothing further.
Yes.
Morning.
Morning.
So when we're talking about the analysis that's done on the swabs that you just mentioned, it's differential extraction.
Hey,
Correct.
Kim.
And that means that you're separating out male and female
You
DNA.
doing, Kim?
The point of a differential extraction is to separate the sperm cells from non-sperm cells, not necessarily male from female.
And so when you're looking at the sperm cells, you would then be looking at
female sperm
YSTR
cells?
presence.
Oh, no.
I am not trained in YSTRs. I am only
Okay,
trained
well, it's
in
LA.
common
Not
forensic
true.
analysis of STR.
Okay, so
fair.
you would just be looking at
true.
the standard profile that's present, not the male profile.
Who are we to judge?
And in this case,
Who are we to judge?
the
You can swing a cat,
vaginal, cervical,
and you can find any
anal,
kind of
rectal, and
sperm
external genital
cells
swabs. There was in fact
anywhere.
no male DNA detected, correct?
May I refer to my report?
Would it refresh your recollection?
No.
Yes, it would.
With the court's permission?
Yes, of course.
No, you can't.
And that would be limbs 711, 731, 751, and 771.
Yeah, Shelley,
yes,
she's making me
there's no male detected on
sleepy.
Or no, sorry, no spermatozoa detected.
The
on this.
witnesses.
Okay, and then the two stains from the bedroom floor.
What's her
was
name?
there any
Miss
serology testing
Sleepy?
done on those?
There's not traditional serology
Sleepy.
testing done prior to
She's
during
actually
the
called
extraction process.
Sleepy.
Because this is a differential and
That's
we are
her
separating
name.
the sperm from the non-sperm cells. During that process, there is a time that the analyst will identify
Okay,
whether
what would be a
spermatozoa
better
is present
profession
or
for
not,
her?
and that is
Like
the level of serology
sleep.
screening for this.
And in those
Conduct
two
sleep
samples,
studies.
there was sperm detected,
Sleep
correct?
studies,
Correct.
like those doctors
And I'm sorry,
who
did you say
do the
it
sleep
was a
apnea tests.
3-person or 2-person mixture?
Dr. Sleepy.
One of the stains on the bedroom
Seriously.
floor was single
It's like
source,
a
and the
guy
other
with the
stain
last
was
name
a
of
3%
Cummings not
mixture.
doing porn.
Okay, and the single source on the stain, Mr. Pursehouse was excluded
Which I think
from that,
I am going to
correct?
cover
Correct.
the Dean
Which
Cummings
means that
trial
his DNA
next.
profile was not present.
Correct.
And that
Dean
was the
Cummings
same
trial.
While still
with
doing
the other
Jen-
stain
Jensen.
on the bedroom floor.
Correct.
Oh, I know. Dean Cummings you could do
And
during the
with
week.
those stains, you said there
Yeah.
was
Like,
one
if there's
male
no trial
present
on
in both
like this.
samples.
Correct.
Because once this
And
ends,
in fact,
Yeah.
we're free.
that male profile was uploaded to CODIS.
Until
It
someone
was.
sticks a
And
trial
can you
onto
explain to the
us.
jury
I
what
know.
CODIS is?
And I was
So
watching the
CODIS
beginning
is
of it
a
today.
nationwide database,
Again. And it was just,
that is
I
used
forgot
not
how
just
hilarious
for
it was. Just how bad
criminal
it
cases, but
is.
also for missing persons. It can be used and
Christine,
for identifying, say, mass
Like they
mass
charged the
fatality
guy
issues.
with not giving his name
So
to the
in this
police.
situation, we know that
But
a
one,
crime
he
has
already
been
gave
committed,
his
and
name
we are
to a different
unaware of who
officer,
may have
and
been
two,
present. So
that
we will
officer never
upload
asked him for his
within
name.
certain guidelines that the FBI has
Never
provided to
asked
us.
him for his name.
Upload those profiles in an attempt to
That's-
identify either
that's
that
nuts.
individual or
Yeah, I think we're
to
gonna be
match
coming
to
on
another
Saturday,
case.
Christine.
It's
We'll be
really meant just to
tuning
be an
in.
investigative
That'll be
lead to
awesome.
try to give
Okay.
the
Christine, just so you know, where are we? Hello, Christine. Are you
Yes,
guys coming
Christine.
on Saturday? Okay, a bit of grifting for Christine on Saturday.
Yes.
So, what time is it going to be again?
After Jody.
After Jody, right. So, after Jody is a prime time slot, Christine. I don't think you quite realize. Like, Sal and I, we, like, that time slot, that's a big time slot. I had my very first live after Jody on the Saturday, and I got up at 3 a.m. in order to have my first live after Jody on a Saturday, because what happens is people come in just to view the live at that time. And get this, Miss Christine, you said, are you guys coming on Saturday? Well, I'm going to be out. I'm going to be at a dance congress, and it'll be 3:30 a.m. my time, and I'm going to stop everything and put my headphones in because it's going to be really loud, and I'll make sure I'm in chat just so I can watch. Right? So, yeah, would not miss it. Would not miss it. Congrats on that. And also for Farrell, it's going to be Farrell's first live stream.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so it's going to be on Farrell's channel. Farrell's channel, everybody.
Yep.
We should put a link in chat.
Yes, we should.
We should. Who's here? Mods, grab a mod to put a link in chat, please. Let's keep going.
investigators somewhere to look.
And one of the requirements, one of the
Melissa.
federal requirements for upload to CODIS is
Hello,
that it belongs
MJ.
I'll
You
that
today.
it belong to a putative perpetrator, correct?
Correct.
And that means that it would have to belong to somebody, there's a belief could be a suspect in the crime.
Objection relevance.
Sustained at this point. The way the question is phrased.
What is a putative?
Now what's going on? Just jumping.
No, you're okay, Christine.
Your Honor, can we approach?
Yes.
No trouble.
No, it's no trouble, Christine. We want to do it. That's why. No, we want to be there. That's like we're going, like, we want to. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Can you explain for the jury what
I
you
would
think
not
this
stop
suspect
my
is?
dancing
Here,
and
a
put my
suspect would be
headphones
just an
in and be in
individual that
chat
may have
if I
been
didn't want to
present,
be there.
either during the commission of the
Absolutely.
crime or at that scene while an event was occurring.
Okay. And just to
Melissa.
clarify the timeline, this sample was uploaded after you had found that Mr. Pursehouse was excluded.
And yeah, it's
from the
Farrell's first
Correct.
live stream too, Kim. Like it's a big
All right, you may
deal.
step down. Thank you.
Thank you.
You may call your next witness.
We're always around for someone's first live stream.
Samuel Hong.
That too. You guys all big time showed up for my first live stream, and that was like a month ago. Can you realize?
I know.
It's only a month ago. It feels like 10 years ago.
It does. God.
It legit feels like 10 years
Yeah,
ago.
I know.
Mr. Hong, if you get the approach the witness stand here, please.
Yeah, it really goes.
Raise your right hand.
It goes so slowly.
Yeah.
Like, time in YouTube land is
Yeah.
like, it feels like, oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, you're on it.
Samuel Hong, Samuelhong.
Sorry.
All right, Joseph.
Okay, that was good.
What do you do for a living?
I am a
On it,
criminalist.
Sal.
And who are you employed by?
I am employed by the City of Los Angeles and assigned to
Like
the
Nick
Forensic Science
and
Division
David
of the
only
Los
started
Angeles Police
streaming in
Department.
March.
And how long
Wait,
have
is
you been
this the
a
son
criminalist?
of Dennis
I
Fung,
have been a criminalist since 2011.
Now,
So
what is
did
your
you?
OJ
background
trial?
training experience?
who screwed up the DNA in the OJ trial?
I have a Bachelor of Science in
So
Biological
racist.
Sciences from the University of Southern
No.
California. In 2010, when I was hired as
Just
a
saying.
Hey,
laboratory
look,
technician to
people
the
call me
Forensic Science
racist.
Division,
That's true. I
as a
call you
laboratory
racist.
And I just live
technician,
with
when I
it.
learned to maintain chain of
Well, you are
chain of
Australian,
custody
so-
for evidence items.
I'm Australian,
Um,
that's true.
as well as learn how to operate in a crime laboratory. In 2011, I was
Nice
promoted
job,
to criminalist and underwent a approximately year-long training in the screening of
It's true,
evidence
MJ.
items for
Like,
biological materials for possible DNA testing. In
think it might
2013,
be
I underwent additional training, which was also
partly,
approximately a year
he's
long
just
at
blaring on.
the LAPD DNA Academy.
I think it might be
which
partly
was the
because,
internal
like,
training
we
program for
watch
DNA
these
analysts
things for
within the,
longer as
serology
well.
DNA
Like,
unit.
I've been
in
watching
that training
trials
program, I tested
online
hundreds
for,
of
I don't
mock
know,
evidence samples
before
as
Johnny
well as
Depp.
read scientific articles
Since Red
and
House for me.
performed
Yeah.
and took
And so you kind of
practical
count that as
well
well.
as written
I did the
examinations.
Chauvin trial, but
In addition to the training
yeah, I've seen
I
over
had,
like 40
I
trials
have
at this
performed
point.
as a trainer in the
Yeah,
serology DNA
and because
unit, as
you
well
spend
as,
so much,
performed
like,
validation studies for that unit.
time, like
Have
it's
you ever
all,
testified
it's
before?
such long
Yes, I have.
content, you put so
Yeah.
much of your
I would put out
time
approximately 15 or more.
into it that it
Did you receive
feels like
items booked
longer.
under DR number 2006-06220 to perform testing on, in this case, around the time of May 12th, 2020?
Yeah,
to that
like,
of June 18, 2020?
The time you've actually
yes, I
spent
did.
streaming,
Now, were the
Yeah.
items
it
that you conducted
it's
analysis
only-
on the following items I'm going to name?
like
A reference
because you've
equal
spent so much
sample from
longer,
Gareth Pursehouse,
Yeah.
a swab of a chamber of
and
intents,
that streaming is only
a
this
swab
much
of an
compared to how much
unknown
time you
stain
spent
on the hallway
actually
floor,
invested in
swab
Yeah.
of a syringe,
watching and talking to
reference
people.
blood sample from Amie Harwick,
And
a
for us
swab of
now,
black
it's like
hand
we're
fingernails
investigating
collected
or
from Amie Harwick,
researching and
swab of right
watching
hand
more
fingernails collected
videos
from
when
Amie Harwick,
Yeah,
we're
even
off
as
the
well as
more.
air.
hair-like objects collected
Even
from
more,
swab
yeah.
of unknown stain on hallway floor. Are those
It
the
really
items you
is
received
like
for analysis
a-
during that time frame I just
I would-
mentioned to you?
Yes, they are.
It's a lot
bit
of
of a
work.
waste of
Testing was
time.
performed on these items.
It
Well-
was STR DNA testing.
Well, depends what you
it's-
call
prepare
a
a report
waste.
that reflects
Yeah,
the
I don't
results
watch a lot
in
of
this,
TV
in
anymore,
this
so
analysis.
Yes, I did.
Like
It
none.
reflects all the standard procedures
yeah,
and
so
No
it's
time
kind
for
of like
TV.
my
followed in
TV.
conducting your testing.
Yes.
And this is more entertaining,
And
or
this
not
is a report that was
entertaining, but
prepared at or near
educational
the
too.
time of your
Yeah,
analysis.
well, that's
Yes,
what
that's correct.
why I
Now,
like
were
to
any of the
testify. I
items
don't
that I
really mind.
mentioned screened?
And it's not
Yes,
like
they
a
were.
true
And
crime
what items
documentary,
that I just mentioned were
which is
screened?
just 99 times
So the
garbage.
item that actually underwent chemical screening tests was
Yeah.
item 34, which was the swab of the unknown stain
YouTube
from the
is
floor.
life.
That tested negative for both semen and blood,
Oh,
and
now
did
he's
not
actually
undergo any
talking
further
about things.
analysis. It stopped at that point.
And there's no other
Ooh,
further
semen
analysis
and
for any
blood,
other
your
sort of
ears perked
biological
up.
fluids that you conducted on that swab from the hallway floor.
That's correct.
Yes.
Now, were there any DNA profiles obtained from evidence and reference samples in this case?
Yes, there were.
Now, in regards to the reference buccal sample from Gareth Pursehouse, there was already a DNA profile that was developed from that sample, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And that was developed by another analysis?
Yes.
And there was also a reference blood sample from Amie Harwick, where there was already a DNA profile developed by another analyst, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
So you didn't have to conduct any analysis on those 2 items. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Now, how about the other items of evidence I mentioned? Did you develop any DNA profiles from those remaining items?
So for item 30, which was the swab of the chain link fence, that underwent 2 steps of the DNA process, and it was determined that there was insufficient DNA for further testing.
What does that mean? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
What does it mean?
Insufficient DNA means that it had less than 35 total picograms of input DNA, which basically means that there's not enough DNA for us to get a good profile and do a comparison, and so we stopped samples at that point.
Yeah, that's what they should have done in Zach's van.
Or obtain a DNA profile
They
from the
should
swab
have
of the
had a
syringe.
DNA expert.
Also, no, that was also insufficient.
And they.
And was that for the same
and
reasons
who
you
should have
just
said it was
mentioned in regards
insufficient?
to the chain link fence?
Yes, that's correct.
Who would have said it was insufficient?
Yeah, I
Was
was
the DNA
surprised
profile
they didn't
obtained
call
from the hair-like objects gathered
But-
from the swab and the unknown stain in the hallway?
Actually, no, that was
Basically, I
booked
think it was
into
his
evidence and
parents
never
were
tested.
basically paying for the
No.
defense.
Sorry.
And his parents, I think, were the ones paying for the defense. It
Mm.
wasn't a public defender. So
Mm.
they only had so many resources. And of course, Zach is innocent. He didn't do it. So why should he be spending all this money? I mean, it's naive. I mean, in hindsight, naive. But
No,
he didn't do
okay,
it.
but that's just shifting the burden, right? Like this is
No,
the
I-
state. This is the state right here with a DNA expert saying that
Yeah.
on the fence there wasn't enough DNA.
Yeah.
Right? So the state should have had a DNA expert,
They did.
right? But well, yeah. But
They just
of
said
course
in the-
not.
Yeah.
Of course not, because that would have ruined their case.
They had a DNA expert that said the spot to a reasonable degree of scientific certainty was DNA from him. But they never gave numbers. They never gave. They never.
Reasonable degree of scientific
Yeah.
certainty. My
It was on
butt.
Zach's defense screwed up, I think, there, big time.
Yes, maybe. I mean, you could look at it that way, but also, like you were just saying, they weren't expecting to be blindsided like that.
True.
Like, and they shouldn't have to have been blindsided
No.
like that because he's innocent. He
Yeah.
didn't actually do it, and I mean, it's a complete shock that he actually got done for that charge. I think none of us expected that he would actually be found guilty on that charge. I personally thought he would potentially be found guilty on the stalking charge,
Yeah.
but not that,
Yeah.
because it was just ridiculous. But anyway, the reason I brought it up was because here we have the state with a DNA expert being honest, it seems, about where there is not enough DNA to continue the test and come forth with a positive or negative result. So actually calling it like he sees it and saying, no, not enough.
Yeah.
You know, and if there's not enough on the chain link fence, but you can actually, it sounds to me like you could see something.
Yeah.
Right. And in the back of that van, there was this minuscule pinprick thing that you couldn't even pick up.
Yeah.
Like, you legitimately couldn't even pick up. Right. And yet they were able to do enough to come up with a result that you could then opine over and have a prosecutor actually say, his DNA was in the back of that van.
Yeah.
That's just bullshit. Like, it's just, it makes me so mad. All right, anyway, moving on.
Was there a analysis conducted of the swab of the left-hand fingernails collected from Amie Harwick?
Yes.
And were there any DNA profiles developed from the left-hand fingernails collected from Amie Harwick?
Yes.
And what were the results of that analysis?
The DNA profile was a mixture profile of 2 individuals, including 1 male.
And did you take the DNA profiles you obtained from the swab of the left-hand fingernails and conduct a comparison?
Yes, I did.
And what did you conduct the DNA profiles, those 2 that you developed, what did you compare them to?
I compared them to the reference samples from Amie Harwick and Gareth Pursehouse.
And what was your results of that analysis?
Both Amie Harwick and Gareth Pursehouse were included on the DNA mixture profile.
And that is the left-handed fingernail?
Yes, that's right.
Now, did you perform a likelihood ratio or random match probability?
I calculated a likelihood ratio.
Okay. And again, what is a likelihood ratio?
A likelihood ratio is a comparison of two probabilities that compares basically two different explanations for why we have a profile. Usually the first explanation would be what we call the prosecutor's hypothesis, and it would include our person of interest. And the second proposition would be the defense hypothesis, where we would say that it would it's from an unknown individual, unrelated to the matter.
And what was the likelihood ratio in this instance in regards to the left-hand fingernails swab?
Sure. So the likelihood ratio was at least, sorry, I should start over. The DNA profile was at least 1 septillion times more likely to occur if it originated from Amie Harwick and Gareth Pursehouse than if it originated from Amie Harwick and an unknown individual.
So that's a 1 with 24 zeros after it.
Yes, that's right.
Now, did you also conduct a DNA comparison? I'm sorry, did you develop a DNA profile from the right-hand fingernail swab collected from Amie Harwick?
Yes, I did.
And were you able to obtain DNA profiles?
Yes.
And what were the DNA profiles, or what was the conclusion of your analysis?
Also, both Amie Harwick and Gareth Pursehouse were included in that DNA mixture profile.
And that was based upon your comparison to the buccal sample from Gareth Pursehouse, as well as the blood sample from Amie Harwick. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And did you develop a likelihood ratio for the right-hand fingernail?
Yes, I did.
And what was that ratio?
That DNA profile was at least 1 quintillion times more likely to occur if it originated from Amie Harwick and Gareth Pursehouse than if it originated
numbers
from
they
Amie
come up
Harwick
with.
and an unknown individual.
It's like one quintillion?
That is a 1 with 18
It'd be nice if they had that in
And again, that
Zach's trial.
is based on your
Well,
hypothesis that it would be
Yeah, I
Amie
know,
Harwick,
but like,
the profiles
I've
of
never
Amie
heard
Harwick
of these
and Gareth
tillions
Pursehouse
before.
compared to that
Yeah.
of Amie Harwick and an unknown person.
Yes, that's correct.
Now, did you also receive items that were booked under the same DR number we're referencing, but at this time from October 15th, 2021 to December 2nd, 2021 for analysis?
Yes.
And were these evidence items the following? A swab of Pursehouse's left bicep, a swab of red stain from French doors in bedroom, a reference buccal sample from Gareth Pursehouse again, and a reference blood sample from Amie Harwick. Were those among the items that you received for analysis?
The first was, however, I believe the red blood stain from the French doors, as well as both of the references, those were previously typed, and so no further analysis was required in the laboratory for those items.
So just to be clear, the swab of the red stain from the French doors in the bedroom had already been previously analyzed by another analyst.
Yes, that's correct.
The same for the buccal sample from Gareth Pursehouse.
Yes.
And the same from the blood sample from Amie Harwick.
Yes.
However, you did conduct an analysis of a swab from Pursehouse's left bicep. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, we'd already established our DNA profiles already obtained from that of the buccal sample from Gareth Pursehouse and the blood sample from Amie Harwick. Now, there was a DNA profile that was developed previously from the French doors stain in the bedroom. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Now, in that profile that was developed, were you able to conduct a comparison as a result of those DNA profiles that had already been obtained?
Yes.
And what was the result of your analysis?
Now what? It just keeps. Here we go.
That profile matched the profile obtained from Amie Harwick.
When you say that profile, you're talking about the profile from the swab of the red stain in the bedroom?
Yes, that is correct. The French doors in the bedroom.
Match that of the blood sample from Amie Harwick?
Yes, that is correct.
And was there a likelihood ratio conducted for that?
Yes.
And what was that?
The DNA profile was at least 1 septillion times more likely to occur if it originated from Amie Harwick than if it originated from an unknown individual.
And that's again 1 with 24 zeros.
That is correct.
Did you conduct an analysis of the swab of Pursehouse's left bicep?
Yes, I did.
And were you able to obtain a DNA profile from that analysis?
Yes.
And based upon your analysis, were you able to then conduct a comparison?
Yes.
And what were the results of your comparison?
That profile was a partial DNA profile that was consistent with the DNA profile obtained from Gareth Pursehouse.
Was there any other contributors to that?
No.
Thank you, nothing further.
Good question.
Good morning.
So we've gone over a little bit, but I want to talk about what a likelihood ratio is with regard to star mix.
Sure.
So when you say that there is a prosecution hypothesis and a defense hypothesis, those are just the terms that are generally applied, correct?
That is correct, yes.
So there's no discussion with the prosecution about their theory and the defense about their theory, and then those are the hypotheses put in.
There is
You
no
know what,
discussion.
Kim?
And
we can all bitch about Sal.
when we are looking at a likelihood ratio, it's kind of a closed universe in the sense that the only things you're considering, the only outcomes, are whether a point of interest is included or whether it's an unknown person, correct?
In basic terms, yes, that is correct.
So in this case, when you're looking at the mixtures, the only two things, or the only two hypotheses being considered is that it's Miss Harwick and Mr. Pursehouse, or Miss Harwick and an unknown person.
Yes.
And the likelihood ratio that's calculated by Star Mix, that doesn't tell you that the source came from Miss Harwick and Mr. Pursehouse, correct?
No, I don't know how a profile would get onto an item. Just that the profiles were.
That's not the question. That's
the
not the
profile
answer.
in question was
It's a yes/no answer.
consistent with
Stop
the profiles
him.
obtained from those references.
Yes, and that was a poorly phrased question on my part. We'll get to the actual manner of transfer. But the likelihood ratio, it tells you that between those two hypotheses, it's more likely that it was Miss Harwick and Mr. Pursehouse.
Yes.
It does not definitively tell you that the sample, in fact, came from Miss Harwick and Mr. Pursehouse. A likelihood ratio doesn't tell you that.
No, it does not.
It just tells you that between those two hypotheses, that's what's more likely.
Yes, that's correct.
And you anticipated my next question. So getting to the manner of transfer.
Yeah.
DNA analysis can't tell you how specific DNA profiles were transferred onto an object, correct?
No, they cannot.
And in this case, you did analysis of DNA that was found on Ms. Harwick's nails, correct?
Yes, I did, yes.
And assuming that it was cumulative swabbing, so one swab done for all 5 fingers on one hand, you can't say how much DNA was present on any specific finger, correct?
No, I cannot.
And you can't say where on that finger the DNA was actually located.
No, I cannot.
With regard to the sample from Ms. Harwick's right hand, there were 2 contributors, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And the major contributor was found to be Ms. Harwick at 94%.
Correct.
And there was a total of
my camera on?
24.5 nanograms of total DNA.
Is my camera on?
Yes, it was.
Yes, would you refresh your recollection?
whoops.
We were like, where's Sal?
Oh.
We were looking around your room.
Sorry, Kim. Yes.
Yes, I would say that's actually a good approximation.
Okay, and of that 24.5 roughly nanograms of total human DNA, about 1 nanogram was male DNA.
Again, referring to my notes. About, yes.
And is 24.5 nanograms considered a trace amount of DNA?
No, that's actually quite a bit of DNA.
Okay, and what about 1 nanogram?
1 nanogram is the target input for an
Sorry,
amplification.
Melissa.
So 1 nanogram is actually not a bad amount of DNA also.
And you're able to get a full profile from that, correct?
If it were an input of 1 nanogram of a single source sample, I would get a full profile.
Okay, and so that's assuming it's a single source.
That is assuming that, yes.
Okay, and in this case, we are dealing with a mixed profile.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, and do you recall in the electropharogram that was created at the loci for TPOXX, there is 1 allele in Mr. Pursehouse's genetic profile that does not appear?
May I refer to my notes?
Yes.
He's alert this afternoon, isn't he? Like, it wasn't me. You must find another DNA sample amongst your swabs.
Just to be clear, your question was that Mr. Pursehouse had dropped out from that particular locus?
I think Dennis Fun have collected my DNA.
I would have to actually refer to the reference again.
It was Tony.
Okay.
You want to with the information?
Yeah. He planted it.
Yeah.
Make it a little bit easier to confirm. I believe that there is a 9.
Who was the sax player?
Sample that is not present at TPOXX in that sample.
Okay, yes, that would be indicative of
He doesn't
dropout.
move.
Okay, and assuming that
Could
you
be
had a
medicated.
full profile from the amount of DNA that was present, so if you had a full profile and an allele that's present in an individual's genetic makeup is not present in a sample, that can lead to an exclusion, correct?
What?
Could you repeat that one more time, please?
Yes, so assuming you have a sample that is a full sample, every allele has been accounted for, if you compare that to an individual and one of the alleles in their genetic profile is not contained in the sample you are comparing it to, that can lead to an exclusion, correct?
Theoretically, it could. It could also be indicative of a null allele. Sometimes with SPR typing, you will actually have, and it's actually specific to the technology you're using, you may see a null allele in one kit, but maybe not in another kit. Occasionally, you do see this. So if in the example where if it was a full profile and I had only one mismatch, that would be very unlikely, and I would probably question it further before simply excluding that individual.
Okay, and so in this sample also, I believe D22, there is also an allele in Mr. Purshouse's profile that is not present in the sample that you compared it to, correct?
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to refer to the reference.
Not a problem. And specifically, it would be allele 17 present in Mr. Purshouse's profile that is not present in D22.
Okay, yes, that would be indicative of dropout.
I was trying to get everyone from
And so for
Baker's
both of
chat
those,
over
there
here.
is an allele present in Mr. Purshouse's profile that is not reflected in the sample in question.
Nice.
Yes.
A little bit.
So the actual DNA under Miss Harwick's nails. Sorry, just a moment.
We're going to break it this point, okay? All right, then let's go ahead and take a lunch break. If you would come back at 1:35, we have an issue that we have to discuss. All right, so 1:35, have a good lunch.
Well, I mean, it is LA, so like totally.
It was. What
Like,
witness?
That is so grody. Oh my god,
Oh,
gag
that-
me with a spoon.
What do
You've
you
never
mean?
heard of Valley Girl?
Back on the record. Alternate number 2, you're
I've
good
heard
on
of
20
it.
seconds after the day you leave.
Yeah, it's that really annoying, like LA
But you're
Yeah.
it is
girl voice.
yes.
Oh my
I
god.
can't
So your last
do
name
it
is
clearly.
Like,
okay, so you need
Okay,
gag
what's
me
the
with a
judgment about?
spoon.
Okay, so you don't mind staying with us for the additional 2 days? Okay, well, thank you. So, were you sure, I asked you this, you sure you want to go to, everything's so old down there, and this is the house, it's all dusty, and, okay, all right. Anyway, we are prepared to go forward. I think I have a few more questions for this witness. You went quiet, you may.
Judge is a bit of an entertainer.
I know.
We were talking about
I don't know what Paris was so
a couple
upset
of
about.
alleles in Mr. Purshouse's profile that were not present in the sample. And you said that that is potentially because of dropout.
Correct.
Okay, and generally dropout would occur because there was an issue with testing, there was degradation, or the sample
Or the
size,
Russian
correct?
front.
My
Or
God.
the quantity of the sample, yes.
Okay,
any
and so in this
soldiers or,
case,
like,
there was nothing that made
people
you
in the
think
mil-
there was any issues with the testing,
Or
no
Austrian
malfunction of the
general,
machine,
you'd
correct?
send them to the Russian front
And
to
there was
freeze.
nothing that indicated that there was significant degradation in the sample?
It's hard to tell with as low of a profile the minor contributor was, but it didn't look overly degraded at a glance.
Okay, and so that would mean that it's the
I
sample
thank
size or
you,
the
Jack
quantity of
Crossbrains.
DNA that likely led
Thank
to
you.
the dropout.
That's just a
Yes,
little
that is likely.
Okay,
minute.
and so getting back to the
out of
actual
a-
size of the
it was a
sample here,
6-minute video.
the dropout is
But,
evident or correlates to the fact
I
that this
don't
was
tend to
a
put
pretty
those
small
on
amount of DNA,
YouTube.
correct?
Yes, the minor contributor did not have a lot
My
of DNA
channel is
input
not a
into the
dancing
amplification.
channel.
And in this case, the minor contributor
So
is
just
Mr.
put little
Pursehouse.
teeny chunks on Discord sometimes.
With regard to, that's the same for both samples, correct? The left hand and right hand?
Yes, the proportions are slightly different, but the same as far as being consistent with Mr. Purshouse's profile.
Okay, and with both swabs from the nails, there was no serology performed on either swab, correct?
That is correct.
So there was no testing, or you can't say whether the DNA that was there came from saliva or skin or any other biological sample.
Yes, so the screener in this case, who was Criminal Segura, noted that those swabs had a grayish look to them and didn't note any sort of red or brown stains. And so further screening testing as far as testing for blood never occurred. And so I couldn't say what the source of that DNA is in any way.
Okay, and the screening for blood never happened because there was nothing there that made the criminal listing thing needed to test for presumptive blood.
That is correct.
So just briefly, I have a couple more questions. I promise we're almost done. With the star mix,
You promise?
going
Really?
back to
You promise it's
the
almost done?
nails, the statistic attached to I believe it was the left hand was 1 septillion times more likely that it occurred from Mr. Pursehouse and Ms. Harwick as opposed to Ms. Harwick and an unknown individual. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
That likelihood ratio does not mean that it's 1 septillion times more likely that it's Mr. Pursehouse's DNA present, correct?
No, it does not. That would be a misstatement of the facts.
And again, StarMix can't give you a match to anyone, correct?
No, StarMix could not, no.
Okay, and that's not to say it's not reliable or not valid scientific analysis of DNA, but it does not produce a match.
No, we do state match in our report in some cases, but that's more of like a qualitative assessment that we do and not something that StarMix would do.
Okay, I have just a moment. I have no further questions.
Yes, sir, just briefly. You were asked just now about StarMix, whether it makes a determination as to a match. What does StarMix do in order for you to come to a conclusion when conducting a comparison of DNA profiles?
So StarMix is a modeling program that we use, and we can use it for deconvoluting complex mixtures, and we can use it for calculating likelihood ratios, which are statistics. But as far as inclusions and exclusions, those are while the statistics do support inclusions and exclusions, those are things that we like to determine before we even run the StarMix if possible.
And who makes those determinations?
The analyst does.
For example, yourself.
Yes.
And you made that sort of analysis in regards to the evidence items that you analyzed in this instance, is that correct?
I did.
And based upon your conclusions, you're able to determine that there is a DNA profile matching the DNA profile belonging to that of Gareth Pursehouse, is that correct?
That he was included.
Included.
Yes.
Now, you were asked several questions about dropout by defense counsel. Were you surprised to find dropout when conducting your analysis of both the left and right hand swab of the fingernails?
I was not.
And why were you not surprised to find dropout?
Sure. So in this case, both of the profiles from the fingernails had two contributors, and there was a major contributor and a minor contributor. The minor contributor being the one consistent with Mr. Pursehouse. And when you see a large discrepancy in those mixture proportions, what ends up happening is you can only input so much DNA into your amplification, and so the minor contributor doesn't end up getting amplified well at all. And that's just the nature of our technology and our instrumentation. And so because not too much of the minor contributor's DNA went into that amplification, and there are some actual factors in the amplification that would make that worse and exacerbated, it's not surprising to see dropout of a minor.
Now, you were asked also about kind of the amount of DNA that you found in both the left and right hand fingernail swabs. On the right hand, you found nail DNA that was compared to the DNA of Gareth Pursehouse as a match in the amount of 1 nanogram.
Is that correct? Is it the state which you stated?
Included, not matched.
Okay. So
I'll change my,
okay, very good.
I'll rephrase, Your Honor.
Yes.
In regards to your testimony of the 1 nanogram of male DNA that included Gareth Pursehouse in regards to the right hand fingernail, there was 1 nanogram of DNA, is that correct?
Yes, so I should probably explain that a little further.
Yeah,
there was
absolutely,
approximately
my
1
friend.
nanogram
I feel
of
like
total male
it's just
DNA
gone
present in that sample,
on
but
far
that
too
sample
long now.
was concentrated down to a volume of 25 microliters, and then additional 2 microliters of that was used for the quantitation step, leaving 23 microliters total. And so when we do our amplification, we can only input 1 nanogram
professionals
of DNA into our amplification.
So many
and so while there may have been 1 nanogram of total male DNA in that
police
sample,
officers,
after diluting
forensic
and amplifying that
experts.
sample, probably only about 40 picograms of male
It's
DNA
just-
went into
and
that
it's
amplification
gone
reaction.
on
Is that why you said
an
on
extra few
cross-examination
days.
it's actually quite a bit of DNA?
It is. In total, there was a lot of DNA. Unfortunately, not all of that 1 nanogram was able to go forward for the amplification reaction.
Now, let's talk about the left swab of the
I
right.
think the jury
left
would
swab of the
be.
fingernails
You got to
from
remember the
Amie
jury
Harwick.
are just normal
There
people.
was 0.252 nanograms of male DNA. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. And that's also nanograms per microliter.
Per microliter.
How much can
And
they
you said also in
absorb?
cross-examination that's quite a good amount of DNA. Why is that?
Because if you have 0.252 nanograms per microliter, and you have 23 microliters left after the quantitation step, you could do 0.252 times 23, and you would end up with roughly 5 nanograms in total. It's 5 times more DNA than you would need.
Now, we talked about Gareth Pursehouse being a minor contributor in regards to the left-hand fingernail, and Amie Harwick being a the larger contributor in
Yeah.
that sample.
100%.
And I believe Amie Harwick is 86% DNA contributor
I mean,
to that. Is that
we
correct?
watch
Yes, for
these
the
things
left hand, yes.
all the
And
time,
defendant
and we
Pursehouse is
understand a lot
14%,
more about it,
Yes, that's
I think,
Now,
than
despite him being a
general
minor
people.
contributor versus a major contributor,
And like
there's
we're
still a
sitting here
likelihood
watching it
ratio
because
of
we
1
want
in
to.
24 septillion in regards to the left
You know,
hand
this is
finger.
our
Is that
spare
correct?
time.
Yes, that was the likelihood ratio.
And
Now, in regards to the right
these
hand
people
fingernail,
are doing it because it's
Gareth
their
Pursehouse
duty,
is a 6%
Yeah.
minor
and they're sort of
contributor, is that correct?
stuck in a
And Amie
box,
Pursehouse is a
basically,
94% contributor. is that
having
right?
to do
That's
it
right.
Now, despite only being a 6%
and
contributor
pay attention, like
to
they
the
have to
swab
pay
of the right
attention.
hand,
They can't sort of look
fingernail
down at their
belonging to Amie
phones and
Harwick,
stuff
the
like
likelihood
us.
ratio there is still 1
And
in quintillion, is that correct?
it's
Yes, that's correct.
they've
Thank you.
got to
Nothing
get to a
further.
point where it's just like they're
Just to clarify,
their brains are like
given that you're not
playing the
surprised
Spanish
by
Beast
Rob
song,
just because this is such a small
you know.
amount of DNA that you're working with.
So in total, there was a pretty decent amount of DNA, like we talked about. 1 nanogram would be the target for an amplification reaction in total. Unfortunately, when we were talking about 1 nanogram, we were talking about just the male DNA from that quantitation step. And actually, there's total DNA, which is you would have to take the genomic DNA that's in the left, the column to the left of that on the quantitation sheet, and that was actually much higher. And so we actually
longer
can't
this
input
witness?
all of the DNA that we have. We have to
I'm
maximize
really
it at 1
considering
nanogram.
skipping the
And
rest
so
of this
by diluting
witness.
that out, we actually
Yeah.
dilute out our male
I was
DNA as
thinking of
well.
that.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Just about. Whoa, 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 crazy. No, no, no. Don't you go
Well,
crazy.
because not too much of the minor
Oh, we got someone else. Oh, another one.
Well, so if he's not here tomorrow, we'll try for the 21st. Sure, we'll see. All right, just a reminder, you're still under oath, doctor? Yes, sir. Okay.
Down.
All right, Mr. Bernstein, I
Yeah.
believe you inquiring?
Yes, thank you.
Sounds.
Oh,
Good afternoon, Dr. Lucy.
Good afternoon.
Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Is that correct?
I did. I have to amend that statement.
Yeah.
We were talking about CT scans. But I presented with images that I thought were taken before the body had arrived at the medical examiner's office. I went back after the testimony. I went back to the office
Yeah,
to
that-
check.
Let me stop you because I'm
That sound was for you because you were late.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's explaining.
But not
you
pregnant.
didn't mean X-ray, but CT scans?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let him finish his answer. You went back to the office and what?
And so the CT scans were actually
Airs.
obtained at the ME's, at the medical examiner's office. They were, in all likelihood, they were unavailable at the time I did my exam.
So are you speculating when you say that?
No.
This is a narrative, Your Honor.
Okay, well, first of all, let's just cut to the chase here. You went back, the CT scans were produced by the coroner's
Depends
office?
what chat
These
you're
are
in
likely
that
to have
day.
been produced by the coroner's office.
Okay.
Likely?
Go ahead, inquire.
What does that mean, likely? So you're not sure where the source of these CT
No,
scans
I
are?
am not sure, but likely these are the CTs obtained from the medical examiner's office.
Are they marked in any way?
These images are in sort of a PowerPoint demonstration, so I'm not sure exactly where they came from.
Are they marked with the coroner's case number?
I got a scritch at the
May I
door.
look at them just to be? I have a.
Yeah, go ahead, look at it.
Yes, may I approach?
Guy's testimony right now.
These are counting. These radiographs. These are X-rays.
Hey, Nearest.
Dr. Lucy's looking at printout of papers that have
Yes,
images
yes.
of various scans on them, and it's pointing to one that has the actual marking on the upper right corner.
Actually, that says LA County General Hospital, so that was actually must have been obtained from the hospital.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Aw.
What are you gonna do? Court symbol? You gonna stay there or not? If I try and fast forward you, you're gonna go away. I know
We'll
that.
probably give it
No, I'm just
like
gonna leave it.
a few seconds.
Yeah, there we go. See, we'll be right back. And they're not lying. They really will be right back.
Well,
Hang on,
could
put the
be
music
lying.
on.
Which one?
The intro music. That was just the right amount of time for the music.
They can't believe it. They're just staring at us. All right, here we go.
So, Dr. Luzzi, we had a sidebar conference
Hey,
discussing
Paige,
the
Harris,
PowerPoint
how you
of
doing?
CT scans. Is that correct?
Yes.
So you don't know who prepared that PowerPoint. Is that correct?
No, I do not.
And did you go through
You're
every
cute.
image on that
We'll find out if
document
we get a
to
DMCA.
determine whether or not those images came from the autopsy in this case?
To determine whether they came from the. No, I didn't. I don't know where they're from.
Okay. And who provided you with
The
that?
victim here never
that
slept with
PowerPoint?
Alex
The
Trebek
district attorney's office.
that we
Okay,
know
Who
of.
from the district attorney's office was it?
Ms. Mariano.
All right. And did she discuss those images with you at a meeting that you had with the deputy district attorney prior to your testimony today?
I believe we just discussed it over the telephone prior to this day. Yes.
And each of the images has arrows pointing to something specific. Is that right?
Yes.
Let's be clear that the particular images that we're speaking of have to do with two areas of the deceased. Is that correct? On the body?
Yes.
And,
Yes.
And for the record, can you state what they are?
Yes. The pelvis.
Okay.
And the excuse me. There are images of the pelvis. There are images of the shoulder girdle. So the shoulder blade. And there are images of the face.
Is there anything other than those three areas? I believe there were more.
So as far as CT scans, and we have the cervical spine.
Do you guys have fun watching whatever
those are the
Baker
four
is
areas?
running? I don't know what it is exactly.
Now, you
Is it the lesbian
prepared
trial?
a
Yeah, the
autopsy
lesbian
report, is that correct?
Yes.
And
Unalived.
at the time you prepared your autopsy report, you made no mention of nasal fractures in your report, is that correct?
Correct.
God damn it.
I'd like to show you what has previously been marked as People's 113. This is the report number 20, which is an overview of marks you found
Nice
on
butt.
the decedent's body. Is that correct?
This is the clean diagram of the external examination. So it's marking the therapy,
It doesn't look
general
like her at all.
characteristics. It's not marking the wounds.
All right. So let's go over what is here. Let's start down here on the bottom right with TX. What is that?
Treatment therapy.
Okay. What could you explain which each of these? Let's start with oral ET.
So it's aggravating,
Oral
really?
endotracheal tube. She was intubated.
And the next one?
OGT, oral gastric tube. So she had a tube entering into her stomach to relieve pressure in her stomach.
And that tube would go down through her throat?
Yes, from the mouth to the stomach.
And is that why you had indicated some of the hemorrhaging that you noticed during the dissection of the strap muscles could have been due to medical intervention?
Not in those areas.
No.
Not in the areas that I described injury.
Okay. Not in the area you described injury, but in the other areas.
I don't describe hemorrhage in the areas where those pass through.
Okay. And what was the next thing?
CT, so she had a right-sided chest tube.
And then midline lap?
Well, you skipped over TC, so she had a left side thoracotomy, so they opened her chest to do basically cardiac massage.
Okay. And then midline lap?
Laparotomy, so they opened up her abdomen to look at the injuries in her abdomen.
How's it
And the
going?
next?
Large bore intravascular catheter, right groin.
And the next?
A Foley, a bladder catheter.
And then these notations at the bottom.
So those are all needle punctures. I put them down there because sometimes we don't know if the needle punctures are self-inflicted or if they're therapeutic.
And
When
how many
have cops
needle
ever
punctures do you
admitted
know?
they don't do their
Well, you
job?
can count them right there. I'm sure putting a full picture of it.
Have
Looks
that.
like eight.
Curtis
needle
Reeves,
punctures.
head detective,
And this is down the
admitted he
bottom?
did a pretty
CPR, so
crappy
there's
job.
evidence of cardiopulmonary resuscitation.
And when you say evidence of cardiopulmonary
So, I mean,
resuscitation, would you
yeah, and he
That's
did.
one for everything.
indicate
He did.
that
It was an
was due to
utterly
finding some rib fracture?
awful
Rib fracture,
investigation.
yes.
But he at least
And
owned
then
up
here in the
to it.
middle column?
So these are her
Of
general
course, he had like a
characteristics.
dead, hollow-eyed look through the entire interrogation.
And then
Like you wouldn't even
going
look at
to the diagram of the body.
defense
Could you
lawyer.
start here?
You just
So everything
stared
that
at
we just
the jury.
discussed on that left hand, or excuse
His
me, right hand
defeated
column
look in
is
his
marked
eyes.
on there. I just put it in that column so it's easier for
It
me
was
to
really
remember
funny.
when I'm writing my report.
Okay, thank you.
Paige.
Oh, can you pause this?
Yeah, sure.
I saw an interview with Curtis Reeves' lawyer.
Mm.
Beforehand, the defense attorney, the detective. The funny thing about this is for the 2 days before he testified, he was so nervous and worried.
Yeah.
He had diarrhea. He told the prosecutor that.
Oh,
And
nice.
the prosecutor told the defense.
Oh, God.
I mean, they're
Really?
colleagues. I mean, they're on opposite sides, but
Yeah,
they still
yeah.
kind of,
Oh,
have a
what?
job to
That's
do,
what they're
so-
chitty chatting about.
Yeah. So yeah, he
Right.
had diarrhea because he was so nervous and horrified.
Okay. And
Because he
guess
knew he was
what? The
gonna be
defendant
torn
has
apart.
diarrhea.
Or the detective, but yeah. No, they didn't bring it up. It was just in an interview afterwards, but
Oh, it was in an interview.
yeah,
So
like
they decided to tell the press.
yeah, by Escobar's lawyer or as Curse Reeves' lawyer Escobar. But yeah, it was really funny.
That's pleasant.
Yeah. Anyways, carry on.
Paige, where are we? Paige, have we missed anything exciting
You're
today?
welcome, Eris.
Look, you've missed the most exciting stream of your life. And that's all I can say. Look, you're just
Yeah,
going to have
it's-
to rewind.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
It's been
in an hour.
amazing. And it's going to be even more amazing. And I'm pleased to hear. But yeah,
Yes.
look, you've missed out. We watched the defendant do his stand-up routine.
Amazing.
Because that was just it was to behold. It was for the ages. And yeah, he got roasted big time by Tony. Was it Tony or something?
Yeah, Dead Tony or something like
Dead
that.
Tony or something. Yeah, the band,
Yeah.
the comedy band.
Kill Tony.
Which Kill Tony. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right, Kill Tony. Because I want to see Kill Tony. I want to see more of Kill Tony. They are funny. But look, Gareth Pursehouse, clearly, once he gets off, because
Yeah.
I'm sure he thinks he's going to get off. Well, yeah, maybe he's starting to lose a little bit of hope right now. But once he gets off, he thinks he's going to have a great career in stand-up comedy. But yes, not based on the start he had at Kill Tony. Let's just say that.
We all have a bad day or two.
Yeah. But yeah,
Anyways.
anyway, this testimony from this afternoon is pretty good. Well, it's not fantastic right now, but we're making the best of it. We're having a Price is Right day, and it's going to get much better. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Now, you were aware at the time that you did the autopsy in this case that the decedent had been treated in a hospital prior to her arrival,
Yes,
and that she died in a hospital.
yes.
Is the Department of Medical Examiner's protocol to request admitting hospital blood so that it is, because it is preferred, is a preferred toxicology specimen?
If it's available, we try to get it. It's not always available, and sometimes it's not always received.
Did you make such a request in this case?
I did not make a request.
And is that particularly important if an individual has received blood transfusions?
Yes, it would be helpful if received blood transfusions, yes.
And you reviewed the medical records in this case, is that correct?
I reviewed what was available to me from the investigator. I don't know if I had the entire medical record at the time I started the autopsy.
How about before your testimony? Have you reviewed the Cedars-Sinai medical records prior to your testimony today?
I've skimmed through them, but I cannot legitimately discuss them in detail.
Okay, but do you recall that this patient received blood transfusions?
I would not be, no, I don't recall that, but I would not be surprised.
So you would expect somebody who received the treatment that this person received to have received blood transfusions?
Yes, may I check a note one?
Yes.
When you're sitting in your Chevy and you feel a little heavy, diarrhea. Diarrhea.
In your Chevy.
Yeah, so I don't have anything. I thought maybe they mentioned
When you're
blood
sliding
transfusions
into
in
first, and your
investigator's
pants
report, but I
begin
don't
to
see that.
burst.
Blood transfusion would have occurred.
Okay,
Yes.
when I hear this song, I just think of Bart Simpson singing
Would it
it.
refresh your recollection to look at the Cedars-Sinai medical records?
Yes.
Yeah. Mr. Jones, I should mention, I've advised jurors before in other cases that I've had. Sometimes if we're at sidebar or what have you, and it may seem the attorneys are angry or the judge is angry, it's an adversarial process and people get passionate and so forth. We're all professionals here.
Absolutely, you know, it wasn't personal when I invaded
Don't
parents.
feel uncomfortable, it's just part of the process.
You know, I
We
went
don't get along
into
well.
Poland.
We so like each other here.
Just-
Well, some less than others, but most of us.
Just what it
we love
is.
you, we love you.
Jokes that are funny.
It's like, Yeah,
So
this is just my murder
technical
trial.
Protocol here.
Yeah, it's an adversarial war.
And this
You
is,
know.
looks like the operative report. So I'm assuming, I have to assume, without entirely
Oh,
taking the time to read it,
genitals.
that she
Hi.
received transfusions, yes.
My
With the
cat's
massive
name is
transfusions.
Seraph.
So
S-E-R-I-F.
you do believe she received massive
Yes.
transfusion?
And
That she
you know
received
when
blood
you get
transfusions. How many? I
a
don't
font on your computer that's
Yeah, we
called
did-
like
Yes, sir.
sans serif? It's the little feet
said on
on
direct
type.
examination that you had
So
ordered
the little
an
little
H
feet.
screen.
Little feet.
Yes.
Now, you're not limited only
And
to an
so
H
when
screen for
when he runs
toxicology
away, he's
examination,
not
are you?
around.
That's,
We're
well,
sans serif.
I'm not sure
so
what
without
you're
serif.
asking.
Well, let's say you had suspected
I am a graphic
poisoning
designer.
in this
Yes,
case.
it's a graphic
Would you
designer.
be able to order different types of toxicology testing, different than the H screen?
Objection, suspects not a number.
Well, I think she's just trying to make a point that he has the authority to order certain things. I'll allow that.
If it was brought to my attention that there was a concern for poisoning, I would see what we could do to do specific testing.
And doesn't the Department of Medical Examiner, Coroner, Forensic Science manual indicate that unless a decedent has been hospitalized over 24 hours, suspected homicidal poisonings should have at least a safe screen?
That may be the case. I'm not aware of that.
Thank you.
If you suspected poisoning, you wouldn't just throw up your hands and say, well,
Hey,
undetermined. You would
Pixie.
still try to determine the cause of death, correct?
Yes.
Thank
But
you,
in this
Iris,
case,
for that.
you did not suspect poisoning, is that correct?
At the time, I didn't have a reason to suspect.
Oh, that's so sweet,
And you
gentle.
made a determination as to cause of death.
Yes.
And that cause of death was blunt force injury, is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you. I have nothing further.
Any redirect?
Yes, Your Honor. Dr. Lucy, yesterday you were asked about different injuries to the decedent's body and what the basis of your conclusions in regards to her injuries were. You recall that?
Yes.
I'm sorry, the base of your conclusions and?
Of her injuries, I believe.
Thank you.
Yesterday you referred to some x-rays that you reviewed prior to your testimony. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yesterday you had referenced that they were x-rays from Cedars-Sinai.
At the time, I did. I believe that at the time they were from there.
You were interrupted on cross-examination, but did you have an opportunity to access the general system to the coroner's office after your testimony yesterday?
I did.
And were you able to confirm that there were in fact x-rays and CT scans conducted by the medical examiner's office?
Yes, to clarify, I did see the x-rays prior to doing the autopsy as per the usual protocol at the office. The CT scans, I was unaware of that they were there, and likelihood the system that brings up those images on our computer was down. That happens with some frequency at the coroner's office.
Well, does it? Are you speculating?
Are you speculating?
To a certain, this is past. It's consistent with past events, Your Honor.
Okay.
But you were able to confirm
You're
yesterday
allowed.
after your testimony that there were in fact CT scans conducted by the coroner's office. Is that
Yes.
Now, you were asked on cross-examination about blood transfusions for the victim. You were unable to determine how many blood transfusions took place. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, let's say one blood transfusion, at least
Has
one
he
blood
testified
transfusion
already?
took place in regards to the decedent.
Who?
Would it cause the injuries that
This
you
dude.
documented?
Has he testified
in
already?
Articles
This guy,
113?
Oh, I'm just getting confused between all the dorks.
No, I think he might have testified.
Would it
Yeah.
cause those injuries to
He
the
does.
decedent?
And you just never know with lawn bag crew.
Yeah.
Like, they're constantly messing about.
Is calling, it's phrased in a way.
I mean, yesterday we had a shapeshifter.
I don't want to speak an objection, but the
Two.
question was about collecting blood, not about the nature of injuries.
Well,
I think it was just-
again, the topic and the issue of blood transfusion was broached on cross. I think counsel is allowed to question, to some extent, what impact, if any, that would have.
And that's my only question.
Okay, that's the only
I've
question.
gotta say,
What did you repeat it for the doctor?
This,
You were asked about blood transfusions
blonde
on
defense
cross-examination.
attorney, this one here.
Would the decedent receiving a blood
She's
transfusion
very
be consistent
stylish.
with the injuries
Yeah, she's pretty good.
to the
She is.
extremities as documented by
Her,
For the
her
crap she
suits
has.
There would be no relationship
and
with blood
her
transfusion to these injuries
hair.
on that diagram.
Thank you.
She's just so well groomed.
Now, yesterday,
She
and
always
on
looks lovely.
cross-examination, you testified about the cause of death being blunt force injuries.
Yes.
Now, we spent an awful lot of time yesterday talking about strangulation. Now, would you say that strangulation was a contributing factor to the decedent's cause of death?
Yes, that's how I listed as a
Don't you think?
exactly
Yes,
a
I agree.
contributing factor, evidence of manual strangulation.
Yes.
And why is that a contributing factor to her cause of death?
If you remember, we were talking about the injuries of her neck.
See,
First off, she
okay.
had petechia on her face.
He was a guy from
She had
yesterday
abrasions
before he
and
turned into
contusions on her
discount
neck.
beaver fry.
But most of
Yeah.
she had those hemorrhages in those muscles on her
Yeah,
neck.
see?
And those are
He was a
consistent with manual
shapeshifter.
strangulation.
He was.
I know that you came to that conclusion based on your postmortem examinations you testified yesterday, as well as an examination of the x-rays and CT scans that were available to you. Now, when you, go ahead.
Well, I'm saying that the CT scan, x-rays wouldn't really contribute anything to the manual strangulation diagnosis.
Okay, so just to be clear, your contributing factor conclusion in regards to strangulation is independent from any sort of analysis in regards to x-rays or CT scans.
You've noticed?
Now, just to refer back to those x-rays or CT scans, when you made any conclusions during your testimony, either on direct or on cross, did you base that on your study of the images themselves?
Any of the diagnoses of injuries?
Correct.
All these injuries were observed at the autopsy. The ones that I saw are listed in here in autopsy. I may have seen the pelvic fractures on
Can I get some feedback from chat? Do you guys want to hear any more from this dude?
But my radiology skills are not, I'm not
personally
confident in
say
them enough
skip them,
to
but
base it
it's up
on
to everyone
x-ray
else.
alone. So I like
Yeah.
palpate, look,
Chitty
feeling,
chat,
look,
let me know.
and kind of see it for myself with my own eyes, these injuries.
And this refers to not just the pelvic fractures, but also the scapular fracture that you observed?
I did not see the scapular fracture at the autopsy. We don't reflect the skin around
This
the
is a
scapula.
democracy. You don't want any more
So
from
I did
him?
not see
No,
that.
No, it's a
Pixie?
constitutional
that is
republic.
based on the images that were provided to me.
And based on those images that you provided to me, it's the images themselves in which you were able to
Say
make that
no if you
determination?
want no more
Yes.
from him.
And does that also go with the fractures to the nasal fractures to the face? I know
Yes.
you observed that in your autopsy as well,
Yeah,
but did
skip
you
it.
also rely on the CT
He's
or X-rays?
boring. Yeah, I
did
know.
see
I
facial
know he's
fractures on
boring.
X-ray.
Is
The
there anything
X-ray
you
we
want
take of
to
the
hear
head
from him?
doesn't really lend to identifying facial fractures, at least for somebody.
If I
my
get two more
basic
people say
radiology
no
skills.
skip him,
So
then
I did not feel facial fractures. I will press on the face to
We'll
see if
skip.
there's any crepitance or crunchiness of the face, and I did not feel that. So those facial fractures. I did see.
And that's from the image itself.
Yes.
you don't trust
Thank you, Ms.
shapeshifters. No. I agree it's not as bad as the last one, migraine gain. Skip. Okay. Skip. Okay, that's enough. I've got two more now.
You were asked on
Skip. Wow, here we go.
about
Great.
strangulation
Excellent.
contributing to
Cute.
your finding for the cause of death.
Yes.
A redirect, I'm sorry. And when you determined the cause of death was
Marte, you
blunt
son
force
of a
trauma.
bitch. Attaboy. Amazing.
S-C-A-R-R-A-N-Z-A.
Who's this? Oh, hang on. Ready.
Where is the jailhouse video coming?
S-C-A-R-R-A-N-Z-A.
Oh.
Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Detective Constable, please tell the jury what is your occupation and your current assignment.
I'm a homicide investigator with the Los Angeles Police Department, assigned to Westbury Homicide.
Back
And
homers.
how many years have you been a police officer?
January will be.
Oh, I
27
love
years.
this team.
Excuse me. January will be 28 years. Sorry.
And how many years have you been a homicide detective?
I've been a homicide detective for over 16 years.
And were you assigned as one of the investigating officers in the death of Amie Harwick?
Yes, I was.
And did you go to the crime scene, 2086 Mound Street, back on February 15th, 2020?
Yes.
And did you obtain ring videos from the neighbor's house, 2080 Mound Street?
Yes.
And in reviewing those videos, did you review a video that was at about time 1:11 in the morning?
Yes.
And is this a video of an individual landing on his knees at the location of 2080 Mound Street?
Yes, that's correct.
And did you notice whether that individual was wearing gloves at the time at 1:11 in the morning?
Yes.
And what did you notice?
I noticed that the individual was wearing gloves on both hands.
Looking at People's Exhibit number 8, video labeled with the time of 1:11. Just pause it there, and it's paused at. This is at the beginning of the video. Okay.
Let's keep going.
Very beginning of the video. How did this assist you in your investigation regarding what this individual was wearing on his hands?
Well, the video shows the individual landing in Mr. Montano's residence and captured by the ring cameras that Ms. Kalmbach installed at her end of the property, showing the individual landing on the ground, getting up and running towards the rear of Mr. Montano's residence, which led down to that empty lot full of grass.
And what's he wearing on his hands at this point in the video?
Parkour?
Yes, Your Honor. I've viewed this video hundreds of times in slow motion and fast. He's wearing gloves.
Oh no, he's doing like a Russian dance where he jumps off the ground.
Oh yeah.
Play it just slowly. An individual carrying something.
Yes, he's carrying something in his left arm.
Do you know what? Can you tell what that is from just looking at it?
I can't.
On February 15th, 2020, later that day, defendant Gareth Pursehouse was arrested, correct?
Yes.
And did you meet with them on that day, later that day?
Yes.
And did you obtain a buccal swab from his inner cheek?
Yes.
And did you? Why did you do that?
It's not easy being green.
For DNA purposes.
Were you going to request for a DNA profile to be, for that swab to be analyzed and for you to obtain a DNA profile for Mr. Pursehouse?
Yes.
And did you book that swab as item number 1 for this particular case?
Yes, I did.
You have just one moment, Your Honor?
Yes.
That was booked for case number 2006062220.
That's correct.
That's your case number in this case.
Yes.
Look, I wouldn't be surprised,
The
Jared.
voicemail message from Michael Herman, where he tells you that he was thinking about the doors and some other stuff, and then he remembers that he heard a glass dropping earlier in the evening. Do you know what date he actually left that voicemail message?
I don't know the date, but I know the date that I recorded that from Detective Masterson's cell phone.
What date was that?
February 17th, 2020.
So it was not February 2020.
That's correct. It wasn't February 2020. That's when we called him to talk about that voicemail that he left.
And how do you know that it was
What's a brony?
at least prior to February 7th, either on February 17th or prior to
My
February
Little
17th when he left that
Bronies
voicemail
or My
message?
Little Ponies?
How do you know that?
I researched the
It's
call.
guys who
I
follow
researched
that
the
show.
file, and I saw that I recorded it on the 17th. That's the date that the file was created on my digital
That's so
recording device,
wrong.
and I downloaded it to my computer, which I then turned over to your office in the process of discovery.
That's really a thing.
And now,
Yeah.
did you request to monitor
Oh, yeah.
defendant's jail visitations?
Yes, I
Like,
did.
That's borderline like pedo.
Yeah.
127, looking at page
I don't want to know.
page
Yeah,
C at the very top.
jeez, I don't
You see
want
this
to see it.
visitation
That's for
document.
sure.
March 3rd, 2020, around 2:30 p.m.
Yes,
And this would be for Gareth Pursehouse.
that's correct.
And
Grown-ass
visitor name
men
is
who
Sori,
dress up as well.
Corey Soria and Alan Eigen, friends.
Yes,
You said you marked that?
Yes, this is People's Exhibit number 127.
Thank you.
I'm looking at page C. In regards to that particular visitation on that date, did they
Wow.
provide you with a video recorded visitation?
Wow.
yes, they did.
And have you reviewed that?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, and this is about
Oh,
This is
Eris,
March
I'm not
3rd.
putting
Is
that
this
up
about
on the screen, but
16 days
wow.
after the death of Amie Harwick.
What'd you say?
Is it about 16 days after the death of Amie Harwick?
What's March? What's today? March?
March 3rd and February.
Yeah, February
into
15th. 15, 16, 18 days or so, something like that.
February has 28 days.
Yeah, February had 28 days, so.
Well,
I can't
approximately.
remember. Well, it could be 29 odd years, so. So I don't remember if there was
It's
not
an
year.
approximation.
It's
Yeah.
that's why I said approximation.
Yes.
All right, okay. All right. I have a CD, Your Honor, labeled March 3rd, 2020.
Hello. What's going on, Lord Backroom?
Is it marked in
Back.
person order?
Yeah, 128.
And is a transcript another exhibit? Or is it
It'll
128?
be 8.
Okay. It's a 27-page transcript. That'll be 28A. And permission to publish the transcript.
Yes.
And this is about a 30-minute jail visit recording.
Well, now hear me out.
Yes.
I'm kidding. Please tell me that's not a thing.
Really?
I really hope that's not a thing.
Well, look. Dolphins.
Let's see counsel off the record on something else. Just housekeeping.
I mean, dolphins are supposedly much more intelligent than us.
They are mammals, at least.
Yeah, well, at least they are mammals. It's true. But look, I mean, they have a blowhole. Anyway, obviously you've not seen the dolphin getting it. No, we're not going there.
Can we
Mark,
talk
at
about
11
something
o'clock,
more
just to give
pleasant,
us- we're
like
gonna meet early,
in
so we can
unalived?
discuss some housekeeping
Yeah.
matters. And so, but this case, is winding down, I can guarantee you that. So, but we need some time. And then additionally, we have instructions, jury instructions to discuss counsel and the court. And the court has to read these to you. I mean, what I've been doing lately is recording them and then play the recording. You'll have these in the back to guide you in your deliberations. It'll describe your duties and then also the law that applies in this case, all right? So 11 o'clock tomorrow.
Look, he's got a
just
nice,
take note of that.
like, tennis bracelet going. Look, look. Look at his right hand.
On this date of March 3rd,
He's got like a
2020,
diamond
about-
tennis bracelet.
Prior to this date, had there been
Well,
This judge is
media attention
all the
related to death
glam.
of Ms.
Yeah,
Dr.
and
Amie Harwick?
you know, they were really interested in importing paintings, art, jewelry, stuff
And
like
have you
that.
reviewed this particular visitation video we're about to show to the
So,
jury?
you know, Hey,
Cece
On the video,
Sarah.
are you able to see
Gets the best jewelry.
who are indicated in the visitation log as friends? Are you able to see them on the
Look,
video?
I know what you're talking
How
about.
Mr. Gareth
See,
Pursehouse?
like, there's so much going
Can
on
you
right
hear?
now.
Yes.
Can you? Is part of it the top of his head showing?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna ask to play the recording now.
This is about a half hour long. Are you guys okay with a half hour?
He stole
break?
everything, he swear.
Yes? Okay, all right, very good.
No, my German grandmother was in the nursing home stealing towels from the pantry. And stole candy from the other residents to give to me when I visited her.
Irish. Hey. Okay, what's going on? Is this what we've been waiting for?
Oh, this is the video, yes.
Yes.
I can see you here. You can see it. I see you moving your head, sort of shit. Hey guys, how's it going? What's up? How are you? Shitty.
How are you?
Hey, can you help my brother pack up my house, please? Yeah, that's one of the things we were going to try to talk to you about and see what we can do to help on the outside. Yeah, please do that. And I mean, that's essentially it. How do we know how to get a hold of him? You could. Oh, his number. Oh. Let me see if that will give you a pen. You won't. You don't think so? No, you won't. So it's pretty easy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, life's going pretty good here. Got my buddies.
Yeah.
Told you guys.
Yeah. So I've been. Is Trump driving? Trump is driving. That's the way I memorize it. What's his name? Andy. Andy. Yeah. Okay. And yeah. So shit's not great.
Oh, damn.
not getting out
My
of here.
bro just unalived a girl.
I have court
I'm gonna
tomorrow
go
for
visit him in
just
prison.
postponing my initial trial. And my brother's gonna need a lot of help to get my stuff out. I got out on bail for a minute, but then I got brought back right back in. So they took every penny I had in savings. So now I have 0 cents and actually put my brother in debt a little bit. So that's
Yeah, it
really
is.
fucked up. And I need
They
days
don't
to
look
get
like the
money.
brightest, to be fair.
Badly. Busy this week. Okay, well at some point I need days to pay my brother the money he owes me because they won't. I can't.
Yeah, get that haircut next week.
I mean that's essentially it. Really. I hear there's a lot of news. Yeah, we're all over the news, pal. But yeah, all over. Is that your hair? I think I see your head. Yeah. They put me on the wrong thing, so I'm like leaning over. I can't reach up. I thought you're wrong. Yeah. God. Yeah. So my brother's gonna need a lot of help, like just packing up all my house and moving into his house in San Diego. Yeah, do you remember what's the number? You got it? Got it, cool, yeah. And, yeah, it's the same area code as yours, so I remember that. Yeah. That's why I didn't remember that one. I just wrote that off. Yeah, it's easy. What else is there? So I'll be at this facility for a while. So if you guys feel like visiting, I think I will be at this facility for a while. So if you feel like visiting, I definitely like visitors if there's nothing to do. It's probably going to be in the ask here, I assume. I think it's a lot easier now that we did it the first time. You know, we're in the system now. We had to go back to the car twice because we got a wall there, we got a phone, we didn't know. Oh, got it. First time. So obviously the first thing I did was be the biggest guy I saw. Did you really? No, I'm kidding. You saw me. I'm in total isolation. So like I'm in a cell alone all the time. It's super fun. And so that's the way as a public defender. You spend all that money getting bailed out for one day. Yeah, for like 15 hours. 15 hours. Yeah. And so obviously my work fired me, or they probably are, I assume, I don't know, I assume they are. And my brother had to do all this for our dad dying last summer, and now he has to do it all for me. So this is a lot for her to deal with, so any help you guys can do, super please. We can do for sure. Thank you.
He's a really good brother. I say that.
So I hit up an ex to grab him. So I hit up an ex, or I have a lawyer write down the message for an ex to go to my house and take up all of our old sex toys. So if you go there before, just grab everything for her, baby. Because I don't want my brother to be doing all that. You know?
Can you do me a favor, bro? Grab my dildos and my anal beads. I appreciate it. I got a flashlight. And
my brother will have her info,
vibrator.
and Facebook will be able to find you. Find her on Facebook too. I deleted all my accounts. Yeah, so, I know something got out because they were using that against you and everything. Yeah, well, and also people are posting like crazy hate. There's like fucking
that's a good friend.
And what else? So you say you're not getting out? Correct.
No.
Ever? Is that what you're trying to say? Yes.
You're not getting out ever. No.
So that's going to play so well in front of the jury.
This recording, did
wow.
You take that into consideration for your investigation?
Yes.
And so at this point,
this guy's
being asked, are you ever getting out? And is Mr. Pursehouse statement correct? And Corey, sorry, is that what you're trying to say? And
well, in his defense, he's not wrong.
That's correct.
Hey, this way up.
I've seen what's coming at me, and it's not good. I'm not getting out.
He's not getting out. He just said it.
But his main concern is making sure they get the sex toys out of his house.
Really good,
yeah, get the dildos though.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, if you're going to commit an unaliving, get rid of your sex toys first. Let's just say.
Well, he's looking after that
I can't talk about it. Okay, no worries.
Just wear gloves. The fleshlight's kind of grody.
Here's that.
Oh, yeah,
Corey,
you would.
Corey is asking whether they got you on video.
That's correct.
And then there's a response.
Yes.
Right, Eris? That's what's so creepy about this.
Yeah, it seems bleak. And,
like, he's not
so I'm just really worried about my brother, and I'm hoping that the bail bondsman will return the money to him so they can have money. You know, it's 130 grand, every single cent I had, plus some. So I'm hoping they'll get that back.
He paid that much deposit.
How are they going to get it back? That's a third-party thing. I remember I was never able to get mine back. The guy's saying he'll give it back, but I don't believe him. So.
Wow. Okay, so they're actually talking about this. So this is something I've been saying from the beginning. They charge him with the unaliving. Sea swept. They charge him with the unaliving. Well, just straight up unaliving in California, you're eligible for bail. So I think it was like 1.5 or maybe 1.3 because he said he spent 130,000.
You're eligible for bail. Really?
Yeah, for unaliving. Well, it depends on the state. In California, you are. And so he got bail that day.
Wow.
Everything he had. Well, he had to pay 10% of the bond.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
So he paid 130,000, and they went, changed the charges the next day to special circumstances, which are two ways, two charges. Special circumstances, either lying in wait or for financial crimes, unaliving someone for financial reasons. That is a no bail situation.
Yeah.
So 24 hours after this guy spends $130,000, they go change the charges because he was lying in wait.
Yes.
And arrest him again. And he can't now get bond. The 130 he spent is now poof gone to the third party bail bondsman.
Right.
And he's now hoping he'll get the money back, but it sounds like he's not certain. Wow. Yeah. Anyways, he didn't start it. It's just, yeah.
So is he about to confess?
He doesn't straight up confess, I don't think, but he makes a lot of damaging statements.
Very interesting.
Yeah, anyways.
All right. Here we go. Let's
Yeah,
see.
play it.
Right now, I'm just
And
hoping,
move your mic. It's a little
I don't
low.
know if you can help them find a legal way to do it.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Move your mic. It's a little low.
Move my mic. It's a little low.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Amie.
Adjust it. Yeah. There you go.
Where were we?
I think about there.
I hope so. Let's see. I'll work it out in a minute.
What else is there?
Yeah, I don't know how I
So
feel
I'll be
about
at this
that.
facility for a while. So if you guys feel like visiting, I think I will be at this facility for a while. So you feel like visiting, I definitely like visitors if there's nothing I can do.
Kind of
It's a bit
messed
later
up,
than that.
really. I mean, yeah, he did it, I'm sure, but it just doesn't sit right with me, even though he's a scumbag.
Believe him. So right now I'm just hoping, I don't know if you can help him find a legal way to do it, because the guy basically. No worries.
Hey, feral deer. Sent you a link, sweetie.
Corey Soria is asking whether they got you on video.
That's correct.
And then there's a response.
Yes.
No, there's only 3 ring cameras.
Things seem bleak, and
How are
yeah,
people this
so I'm just
stupid?
really worried
Seriously.
about my brother, and I'm hoping that the bail bondsman will return the money to him so they can have money.
That's about.
It's 130 grand, every single cent I had plus some. So I'm hoping they'll get that back. He said he would, but I don't know.
How are they going to get it back? That's a third-party thing. I remember I was never able to get mine back.
The guy's saying the guy's saying he'll give it back, but I don't believe him. So right now I'm just hoping. I don't know if you can help him find a legal way to do it, because the guy basically I was out, right, and then I hadn't paid him yet.
I'm sorry.
And then
Can
the
you
guy
pause
found
it
out
one
they
more
were going to
time?
bring me back into court or back into jail, and so he rushed.
So my understanding, I'm obviously not an expert, and I've never been arrested yet.
Yet.
Like in Wisconsin, you have to pay the full bail amount, but in some states, most states, no worries, feral. In some states, like California, you're given like a $1.3 million bond you have to pay. Or maybe basically. And then you go to a bail bondsman and they put up 90% of your bail. And then you pay 10% of it. Now that 10% goes to the bondsman to take the risk because you could flee. And then they'd be stuck and out the 90%. So it's a third party bail bondsman that he gave the money to. And then right after he gave the money to, they changed the charges and rearrested him. So yeah, I don't know what happens. Maybe he gets his money back, but we'll see.
They could pay him $50 a month if they wanted to. Yeah, it just feels like stealing his money.
It's just basically. Well, I mean, California, they allowed a third party to steal it, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, they knew they were going to file special circumstances. Maybe they thought he couldn't bail out. So when he did bail out, they just changed it to screw him over.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway, start it.
me to the. He turned off all. He has to turn off all our phones, saying the media was tracking us, and then took me to the bank, got me to give him the money, and then he dumped me at In-N-Out, said he was going to be back.
I'm on 1.25 speed. I might change it.
So, yeah. So if it turns out that he doesn't give me the money back, my brother the money back rather, if you can try and help with
it's hard enough to hear it anyway. So
trying to do that, possibly if that happens, anything, please. And yes, I'm really needy right now. I just need help with all these outside stuff, which sucks.
Creepy are these guys
we'll contact your
still
brother,
helping
see what
him.
we can do to help, sure. Thank you. And yeah, it's really.
Sorry, can we give you money for your whatever?
No, I don't want any of that. Thank you, though. I don't care about that shit.
These are loyal friends.
All I care about is I help my brother, and if my brother gets the money back, then he could just use it's plenty. He could just use that. But I don't know. But I don't want to be used to using the store kind of a thing here. I don't care.
No. I don't want to be needy or weird or anything.
Yeah, there's nothing I want anyways. I'm gonna eat more. I don't need that. I got my 6-pack back. That took about a week.
Your 6-pack?
So I mean, if you want to go to jail, if you want to get fed, I can do that.
He got his girlish figure back.
Oh, did he?
That
must have been a while ago.
Briefly. Poor guy.
Corey says
He's in such good shape before COVID. I know how you feel, bud. I know how you feel.
He acknowledges that he doesn't smoke.
I was 170 before COVID.
Just working out in my cell. There's no. I'm stuck in my cell. Yeah, I'm locked on lockdown with I'm basically where the crazy people are. I'm literally where the crazy people are, and we're all. Yeah, we're all
That's
in
a
our
pretty
own
good
cells.
description.
And yeah, that's it, I guess. I mean, I saw people that I don't know were saying shit about me in the media, and people that I haven't talked to in a long time saying the same thing. Yeah, yeah, I don't know her. I've never met her.
I hate it when you're in this position as these
I didn't
guys.
think she knew Amie, but she inserted herself in my yard.
Just friends of Amie or people.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. Who is that person?
Friends of Amie talking about how he's
Now,
a widow.
on line 9 to 10,
Maker.
Corey appears to say, yeah, I don't even think she knew Amie, correct?
Yes.
So he mentions Amie here in this conversation with Mr. Pursehouse.
Yes, that's correct.
No.
And I saw Rudy was talking shit about me in the news. Remember Rudy? Yeah, well, he was for sure. Okay, so you got out and you were able to do a little research on it, huh? Yeah, just for a minute, and then, back here. Yeah, now I just need to get the money back, and that's really my main concern. Money and helping my brother, because my place has a lot of shit to move, and hopefully.
Well, ask that girl. She was into helping me clean up.
It's a lot of work to move my stuff. So if he gets the money back, he could hire helpers, but either way, he's still going to need help no matter what. All the sex. Thank you. Is he, are you trying to sell your shit? What are you trying to do? Move it down there, get a U-Haul down there with? Well, yeah, a combo. So one thing is, obviously my name is a big thing right now. So if you could sell stuff as mine to weird collectors, you should be able to get more money for it. You know that's a real thing?
What?
You know that's a real thing? Yeah. And,
Who thinks he's that big of a
my
deal?
car isn't paid off, so hopefully it can sell that for more than it's worth. The same thing. And, yeah, so whatever my brother wants to have, he can have. And whatever he doesn't want, it needs to get sold.
He thinks his stuff is like a collector's item.
And, yeah, hopefully try to.
Because there have been a couple of news articles about
I also
him.
told he probably won't do it. I told him to get all the 6,000
For real.
jokes I've written from my Google Docs. I want to get them and then turn them into a book and sell it online as my book jokes, because I don't make money.
What?
There you go.
He was notice the body language of
With that too, or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. Okay.
His friends are just
I
like,
know he sucks.
I mean, essentially, I guess that's.
Well, I might, Max. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you? What's some news for me that you guys maybe have? I don't know.
I've got some news for you.
Nothing.
You're
You're kidding yourself, dude.
Being friends with you, we kind of kept quiet. We didn't know anything about anything. I mean, we only know what we see on the news, but clearly everything, he hunted her down at X-Biz, and well, no, he was paid to shoot the photo. So you know what I'm saying? Everything's kind of a two people here.
Well, they do now.
And stuff, so we just kind of wanted to be like, until we hear from you
We should have gone the Charles Manson route.
find out later. We're not going to jump on that fucking.
Yeah, just stay out of the media completely.
This is the
There's
defendant
no benefit.
on talking to his two buddies in jail after he unalives her.
People were trying to sell pictures. And,
Trying to get his friends to help him.
Was like.
This is ridiculous.
On line 2 to 3.
I mean, that is kind of famous, to be honest. I mean,
there have been, accused of stuff, so we just kind of want it to be like,
I'm going to remember the name
hear it from
Pursehouse
you.
from now on.
You remember him saying that?
Yes.
Oh.
There was a restraining order just ended like 2 days ago, and they're like, you could.
No,
Yeah,
like
the one you
July,
can't
that is
see
like
on audio.
56 years ago.
No, the truth came out. I mean.
Oh, okay, got it.
They put Amie on a 48-hour CPS. You know that 48 hours.
Oh yeah, they called my brother. They wanted me to be on it.
Oh, 48 hours called his brother. Wow.
Yeah, anything like yes, like
That's
they're
your
trying to
claim
sell
to
5
fame
things,
now.
whatever. If
Righto.
something like big ticket money wise comes in, then fucking sell it. Just give the money to my brother.
Big ticket money
He's
wise. Like
dealing
what?
with so much. Like I don't care. There's no. It doesn't matter.
Don't worry about me. Just take it all.
Yeah.
Such drama.
Yeah, that's essentially it. Please help my brother, and hopefully.
How's your sister doing? I remember I met your sister with you.
My grade.
15 years
Oh yeah.
I think she's John Wayne Gacy.
And she's dealing, but I mean, I'm shitty, but there's literally nothing I can do about anything. So it doesn't really
because I'm
make a difference
guilty.
how I'm doing, I'm stuck where I am. Nothing can change it.
No, nothing can change it.
And
I'm here forever.
yeah.
Oh, by the way, this shit's recorded.
Help my brother try to sell my stuff for more profit to weirdos. My brother thinks my car is only worth like blue book price, but obviously it's not worth that. It's worth way more. Lexuses don't really go down in price, so don't let him like lose money on the.
What kind of car was it?
The IS.
He's
The Lexus IS.
The yellow one?
Please.
No, it's a red. It's a new red one. I had to get a
You might
2017
see.
when I got hit.
Ah, I got you.
Yeah, so it's an IS 250T. So it's a new car worth money, whatever. So sell that for my brother said I owe 30 on it, so make sure he sells it for way more than that because there's no way where it's not worth more than 30. It's only got like 10,000 miles on it.
I know.
Oh wow.
Well, he said that at the beginning page. He said he was never getting out.
And a little leather hole. It's got a hole in it that's leather, but that's pretty easy to fix. It's like I already have the kit for it to fix. I just never did it. Damn it! I actually did it now. The garage at my house. The garage is full. Every tool in the garage is mine.
You're a tool.
Like almost everything in the garage is mine at my house. So just keep that in mind when you're.
But you can sell it and say
Only
it
some stuff is my landlord.
was
And nothing in
the
the shed is
Gareth
mine. Everything is
Pursehouse.
everything in the shed is someone else's.
The.
And what else?
No, you're right about that.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
One out to go. This is amazing.
Everything. Everything comes down to just helping my brother pack up my world.
Your world.
Your world.
Get it to his place.
Good. What a drama
Yeah,
queen.
get to San Diego. And
He is a
hopefully,
drama
and he's
queen,
trying to buy a house
isn't
right
he?
now, so I hope he can get that money back and he can use that to buy a house. And then if I get out, I can have
If.
a room.
Oh, now he's saying if.
It'll become a bigger house. We're I have court tomorrow. If you guys want to come to court tomorrow and see me from a distance
See me from a distance.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was, well, it's not even half a video, I just see the top of your hair.
There's 2 seats. I sat at the wrong one, so I'm like leaning over.
Gotcha.
Because the screen was off on this one, it's on the other one. So it was like, oh, okay,
Dude,
so
knock
on
off
one,
your
right?
nose. What the hell are you doing?
So
Sir.
yeah,
Sorry,
I have court
circus
tomorrow.
freak, what are you
Last
doing?
time, I was in court. Some of Amy's friends were there eyeballing me. If you guys want to come, you can. But the media will be there. So
The media
you
will
don't
be
have
there.
to. It doesn't help me if you're there or anything.
Do you know what time? I have to shoot tomorrow.
I have no way of knowing. It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's really nice that he has friends who support him during this troubling time of need.
Yeah, I'm not really doing anything tomorrow, so you don't have to come if you don't want to, or if you have to say whatever.
But I want to come.
When you plead, right?
No, not tomorrow, because we still haven't got all the evidence from the thing. So I'm doing plea like another time, but delaying it again.
Oh, okay.
Because they're too slow in giving me the evidence. Or at least all the evidence. And what else? Should I yell louder? Is that better if I talk louder or something like that? Okay. And yeah, so tomorrow will be, nothing. But last time the media was there and they're trying to film me, and then but they didn't let them. So hopefully they won't let them film me again tomorrow. And
I did read something online, I think from one of Amy's friends. It was somewhere that someone kept posting that I guess your attorney pointed to a girl, and she's like, I was mortified, and I went down to see him. And, one of Amy's friends had gone there and posted about it, and I guess your attorney had pointed her out to you.
Oh yeah, they thought they were my family because he didn't know who they were. And he's like, who are those people? And I was like, they're clearly not people I know. They're probably her friends.
Gotcha.
They looked like that type of people. So that's what they were. And they were just staring me down.
I wonder why.
Not fun.
God, so judgmental.
Yeah, I know, right?
But yeah,
I been charged with murder.
Tomorrow's nothing, so it doesn't really matter if you come, really. It doesn't matter. My lawyer has your names. She was gonna call you if like something actually matters, but nothing like actually matters yet.
Nothing matters.
And
that way I could know what days to take off or whatnot,
Yeah. If they even matter.
Right, C-Sweat?
Yeah.
Like seriously, who in this position would still be like
that's in a year.
That's what?
Standing behind the
year.
I know.
Yeah,
I think that
I know
these
he's
guys
not
probably think this is
convicted,
amusing.
So I'll be here for a while.
Maybe.
It'll be fun.
Maybe that they're as deluded as him and they think this is some sort of ticket to fame. This is LA.
That shit.
That could be.
I need to get a pencil. I keep thinking of all jokes as usual. I'm gonna write them down with so they're missing.
God, here it comes.
I can see you. What are you doing? Okay, wait, lean back. I can see you better if you there we go. Now I can see your face. Okay, what is the...
You can see us?
Yeah, that's where I can see you. So, what's
Okay, so we need the 6 jokes from your brother.
Yeah, turn those into a book. Try to find a publisher that'll give you money ahead of time for that.
What?
Like right now, you know what I mean? Just based on my name.
So what now?
Like that could be $1 million. I don't know how that shit works.
Joke's worth $1 million.
But that would be good for my brother.
Look at his smirking.
But I do have a joke for you. What's the most feminine candy bar? Huh? Hershey's.
Yeah, you got your sense of humor. You're making the best of it in there. Hey, did you get to give you a pen and paper to actually write stuff down there?
Not yet. I'm trying to get a pencil. I have a piece of paper, but I haven't got a pencil yet. What is it called if someone likes a girl to pee on them? What's it called if someone likes a girl to urinate on them? Herpes.
At this point of the conversation, does he ever mention that everything that happened with Amy was an accident?
No.
Does he ever mention why it was suicide?
No.
Can we enact the death penalty here?
I hope they put you. I hope they put you in Gen Pop so you can try your jokes out. Try my jokes. I already did when I was in another one.
That was a good joke.
That was funny.
But yeah, if
That
you can
was funny.
That was funny. He's the stand-up comedian here.
Seriously, like anyone that can do that feel like that's a thing, but it won't last.
You wouldn't laugh at my jokes like that?
And yeah, so I assume my brother will probably try to move on the weekend. I don't know what you guys are like on the weekend.
Oh my god.
Or yeah,
$1 million bucks?
Or Farrell.
You could maybe coordinate with my landlords and go there on your own if you have time beforehand or something like that. And my brother knows how to get a hold of them. My brother knows how. He has their numbers. Okay, so that's the only name and number that we need because we don't have anything.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Shut up.
What'd you say, Sal?
No, are you asking the stand-up comedian if he is one? He was trying out to be one and bombed horribly. You can't hear me?
Yeah, I've got it up a bit louder because
Can
earlier.
you hear me now?
No, she probably was talking about when the video was on. Stop it.
Okay.
Anyway, no, you were telling Farrell something about him being a comedian.
Talking about him being a stand-up comedian because he did he ran into Amie, Drew Carey's ex, 2 to 3 weeks before he unalived her. Now, a couple days later, he took out a Tinder date. And, well, there's bombing and bombing, Mads. He took out a Tinder date to this stand-up comedy event, signed up, and was called to do a minute of stand-up. And maybe we should play it again because there's a lot of new people here that may not have seen it.
The whole thing?
It's only
how long does it go for?
5 minutes. How long do we have?
3:36, and it goes for
40
well,
minutes.
the actual.
Yeah.
There's 10 minutes more of this video, and then the rest of the testimony goes for. Oh, it only goes for about 21 minutes. Yeah, okay. So chat, can I get a bit of feedback? Like, you guys cool to watch this little bit of stand-up? You want to watch it?
Very good.
Oh, it's fantastic. But we did watch it at the beginning, that's all. So there's a couple people who've seen it. That's all.
There's only 5 people here then.
There was only 5 people here then, but everyone matters.
Exactly.
All viewers matter.
Well, I'm going to start it, and then if you guys don't want to hear it, then
you're like, fine, I'm doing it. Okay. Eris.
Interesting.
No,
For your
please.
next comedian, Gareth?
Dear
Is
God,
Gareth
no.
here?
Sure. Yes.
Gareth?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
interesting.
Okay, we've got some yeses. That's fine. Farrell. Everyone does matter.
Uh-oh, here he comes, everybody. It's a real human.
I don't want to see that.
Oh, that way, Gareth. Go back that way.
And just look at their faces.
You didn't see it?
Dream. Here he is. One more time for Gareth, everybody. Come on.
Hello, everybody. All right, let me spin around this. There we go. Well, thank you very much. It's great to be here in all the best parts of entertainment. We've got most of the band. We've got morning radio sound effects. Sometimes a full band when a toy kazoo comes from the ground, raises from the grave, takes over Tony and starts singing. It's wonderful.
Look
it's
at
a
his
wonderful
face.
Time. I think he froze. So back to popular. So over the summer, Trump yanked all the troops out of Syria, right? And then ISIS got loose. They're knocking on doors, running away, or something like that. I don't know really how it works. And I thought he should have asked Tony that it's a bad idea because he has broke the bank relying on the pull-out method. Quickest coming comedian in comedy.
Hang on, I'm going to take off the.
Anyway, so I have bad news for the entertainers over there. But okay. I have bad news for the entertainers over there. The best day of your career is going to be the days after you die, when like paintings skyrocket in price. Can I continue? Can I? It's close. It's
Go ahead,
okay.
Gareth. Go ahead.
The painting skyrocket.
Oh, he's talking about
skyrocket
something
in
that's actually
price.
kind of happening to
Redbox
him.
starts holding some movie from 1962. But what about the porn talent? What happens with them? Is it just Red Band at home singing, "She was so underappreciated in her time"?
All right. All right. There you go, Gareth. You did it. Doing the age-old broken method of trying to roast the people that the audience is here to see. It's good. How do you feel, Gareth? Shaky?
Yeah.
Is this your first time on a stage?
On a real stage, yeah.
Yeah. What other kind of stage have you
Like
been
when
on?
there's like 5 comedians. That
Oh, I wish it was stage 4.
Gareth. So you tried to do jokes about us, and that never
It wasn't
really
my original
worked.
plan. I was just writing normal jokes, and then
Right.
it kept twisting easily into just stupid roasts. And I
Yeah.
figured I thought I'd try it out.
How did it go?
I don't know. Doesn't sound like good.
No, it doesn't, Gareth. No, it doesn't. So you just started stand-up comedy?
I've been writing a lot for about 2 or 3 years, but I've barely ever tried to get on actual
When you
stage.
say barely ever, what do you mean?
Well,
You've done a couple open
see,
mics, or this
this
is
like-
first?
or
actually
it's like a couple
occurred
comedians that try themselves,
around
like
the
a year ago.
time of
Days
the
after he saw
unalived.
her again.
Because it went like
Busy,
that?
yeah. No. I'd say a mix of a good and bad on the other ones, but
Right. What do you do for work?
software engineer.
Uh-huh. And how old are you?
They're 41.
Yeah. What are your hobbies? What are things about you in your real
Things
life?
I like to build stuff. Like I'm a work with my hands kind of guy, or projects. Always trying to think of like a cool invention, that kind of thing.
Yeah, he works with his hands.
Like what? What have you come up with? What are some of your inventions?
Nothing successful right now. I'm trying to figure out
How to have the worst Kill Tony set ever.
Trying to make a
If you build it,
girl.
I miss
the
that.
horse of truth has arrived.
Like right now, I'm trying to
Horse
figure
of
out a
truth.
water conservation project.
Let me tell you something. There's no way you're going to be that guy.
No,
You're not going to. No, I'm kidding.
Just give up on that.
Yeah.
you're right.
No.
Get a filter for your washer or, your shower head so you don't use as much water. That's about it.
There you go. Red Band just solved it, everybody.
That's exactly how it works. Good
Use
job.
less water.
Why are you a one-name comedian?
Oh, my last name's long, so I just.
Oh, here we
didn't
go.
bother.
What? Okay.
My last name's Pursehouse. It's too long to write.
What is it?
Pursehouse.
Pursehouse?
Wow. Too long to write, huh?
It's 2 words we all know.
Wow.
It sounds like a drag club.
The drag club.
Pursehouse. So that's interesting. You have a girlfriend?
No, but I'm here with a way too hot date.
Oh, wow.
Don't tell
Not
her.
anymore.
She's gone. She's gone, Gareth. She's
I think
fucking
she's
Mohammed
gone.
in the back of the room
Wait.
right now. We can all see her.
No, she's gone.
She's fucking Indian Brad Pitt. All she heard was Brad Pitt. She's wasted right now. She's just taking it. That's fun. Gareth, so how do you get a chick that's way too hot?
Yeah, right.
How does that
Jackpot
work out?
springs.
Luck.
Yeah. Do you just have you only have your height on your dating profile?
Yeah, that's it. Just
'Cause everything
and a
else
picture
it
of my
starts to
hair from
drop off
behind, that's
fast.
it.
I mean, you're handsome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good looking guy.
It's helpful.
Yeah, in a retarded team leader at Target kind of way.
Well, that's the thing. He
Love it.
did.
Fucking looks
He
like
asked for
Clark
it,
Kent
see?
went into a phone booth just to call his grandmother.
I have Superman for Halloween a couple times.
Duh.
And that's exactly what I get every time. Like, no shit.
You don't go on
shut
these
up.
shows and then go straight
Gareth.
after the host.
I'm
the
drunk. I
the
swear to God, send me drinks, everybody. All right.
The whole unit gets defensive when people take shots with their 60 seconds.
Yeah, no, I like what you guys do. I just thought it'd be fun, but
You're a fan of the show? You ever watch it or listen
yeah,
to
I've
it?
come here a couple times, but of course I
I
couldn't.
think you
appear
can
the
blame
day I
him.
Like,
have
give
a
us an
date.
example of a joke you were going to say before we all lost respect for you.
Oh, shit. I'd
Just
have
do
to.
one normal joke.
I don't have everything.
Your
right now,
best
right?
joke.
my best. Yeah, I don't
Come
know.
on. Come on. You have one fucking joke that doesn't have to do with me or Red Band or whatever you did.
I had one today where I've been told by I was talking to an ex from a long time ago, and she told me that before.
Talking to a what?
I was talking to an ex,
Uh-huh.
and she told me that when we first met, she thought my personality meant I had a small dick. And then I talked to another ex, and she told me the same exact thing. And I just want to make it perfectly clear right now that my dick size is private.
I don't get
What a
that
wild
joke.
swing you took on. Don't boo him.
I
What a
don't-
wild.
I don't have any memory. Yeah.
What a wild swing you took bringing up hot date for the first time to this. Just like, I hope I'm any good at stand-up comedy.
She's a real hot date now because she just lit herself on fire in the corner. It's the hottest date, dude.
Well, I'm really glad you came up here because I didn't think it was possible for me to hate a man as much as I hate my husband.
Yeah, Shelley. It makes no sense.
Well, Gareth, you gave it a shot. I would love to see you come back sometime if this is
Yes,
something that
Paige.
you actually think that you might enjoy doing when it goes well.
Yeah, I write literally constantly. I just don't
I get
memorize
that,
it.
Eric, but it's not
I'm pretty
funny.
sure the first kid
At
to use
all.
the
I can't
phrase
see in any
way
way
to go
how that
Einstein
could be
was
funny.
a bully on the playground.
Way to go, Einstein.
Yeah,
He's a bully on a
stupid joke.
playground. But why? Why would that? Why would that bully?
A bully on the playground in 1880. So
Okay, so that's so important to the joke.
Yeah, it didn't work. Didn't work.
I mean, I don't think it would have made it work, but it would have made it make sense.
Yeah.
I would say that joke is 2% there.
Hey, milkman. All right, there goes Gareth, everybody. We're going to keep moving. There goes Gareth.
Yeah.
There we go.
Go. See ya.
Yeah. So.
Wow. That was so bad. It was just, look, I know you said people, like everyone has bad days, especially in comedy, but that was more than a bad day. And like, yeah, he legit thinks that
No, he legit bombed more than this judge did in World War II.
Oh, stop it. Was it
London was
unintentionally
bombed
funny?
less.
London was bombed less. I don't know. Accidental funny. What should have happened at some point? Yeah, you would think that he would have scored at least something in that whole 5 minutes, but no. Yeah, you have trauma. All right, and now he actually thinks that there's going to be some sort of fame from his comedy.
Oh, please,
Goodness
Jack,
me.
that was amazing.
What was?
My judge joke about.
Oh, you're just
World War
joking.
II.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Right. So yeah, your brother's just did that. No. Are we gonna? Oh, that's my part. What's your part? Mine. Oh, what's my part? Who's the first?
Jesus.
You fucked it up. That's in San Francisco, and then in Trump
Not
drives.
picking your nose, sir.
Got it. And he has a way to get a hold of everybody.
Oh, these are two of his friends.
And
He's not on camera.
I think. Oh, and find out. He might have got my car out of. He might have picked up my car already. I'm not sure. So if he might need help picking up my car, like to get up here, and he had a court, but I'm not sure because it costs money every day that it's it's towed, whatever. So he might need help. Yeah. So he might have already got it, but I'm not sure. So it might be helpful if you guys can just go get it. Yeah. So I know he got them to like let it out to not me, but I don't know if he actually physically got it already or not. So that might be helpful to do that timing wise. And then you can just put it in my garage at home, and then the clicker is part of the rear view mirror. Have you talked to your roommate or anything? Or not your roommate, but your landlord? Yeah, my brother did. I can't talk to. I've only talked to my brother. That's the only person I've talked to. Glad you guys are here. Gotcha. I was beginning to wonder, I'm like, no one fucking likes me? No, no one's gonna come. No one else is probably gonna come. I think you're it.
You're it.
Yeah.
No, we
right, Shelley?
Dave and Shane we try to all come, but they only let one at a time. Two. I mean, 1 plus 1. So it's 2 at a time.
Are we here right now, or they're coming another time?
No. They have to do it. We try to get it
on Saturday, but Dave had ended up having to work, and there was a girl that they waited like a year and a half for.
Oh, got it. That's weird. Yeah, a year and a half.
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing. Yeah, so I guess my whole business idea isn't going to happen, Alan.
Oh, hey, and about that plot of land we were going to buy and build a house.
Yeah, that's not happening.
We're going to have to wait a few years for that one.
He's completely incriminated himself.
Yeah. He's like talked about how he's going to be in jail for the rest of his life, and is what it is, and it's really bad.
Yeah, like right at the start.
Plus, he's jovial and upbeat and laughing when he was going to unalive himself 2-3 days before.
Yeah, I think more the part just that he's very definitive or accepting of the fact that he's just not getting out, and he's quite like, I don't know, I haven't seen the rest of this yet. There's another sort of 8 minutes of it, but he's just chatting to his friends quite nonchalantly about what's happening, and that I'm not getting out. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Take all my stuff. It's cool. And just like no sort of sense of concern at all about the fact that he's been accused of this. Just really acceptance of it. So I mean, it doesn't prove beyond reasonable doubt by any means that he did it, but it does add to the totality of, what do you call it, circumstantial evidence. So I think that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm definitely not employable anymore if I get out. That's fun. So,
What, no one will hire you? Come on.
yeah, if I get the money back, then
One day at a time, man. Let's try to get
who knows what kind of footprints they have, and who knows, you might get out, man. Maybe you'll be found in.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Right now, I just need to treat it like a.
I don't think it sounds good in front of the jury. Just kind of
I
talk.
just need my brother to be helped so that he can be solid.
Especially in light of the rest of the evidence that has been presented. But
that's
that's a
essentially
fair
it.
opinion.
Any of the if you get there and the sex toy stuff are still there, just grab it all and put it into. They're all either in drawers in my bed, or in a great bucket by my desk and on my desk. So just put those all in the bucket. And
No, Mads, it doesn't prove anything, but it adds to the totality.
And he'll have her number too. And that's the skinny of it and all that. I expect you both to follow my fitness regimens.
I still got the Google Doc. Actually, you know what's crazy? Is the last drink I had was at the Laugh Factory.
When I got roasted.
Oh, and the last time I had a drink. Oh wait, no, I had a drink after that. But you been hitting the gym? You been hitting the gym?
I've been hitting the gym every morning.
He's concerned about their weight and going to the gym.
I've been focused Mitch with Creepy Jack at 8 in the morning every day.
Oh, cool. I've been doing this thing where you stand on one leg and you put your other leg forward and you dip all the way down and then you lift all the way up with your hands held out. It's really difficult, but it's super strengthens your legs.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they had a YouTube video. I remember when I was getting my DUI that they have a whole prison bed, tricep workout, and they have all these workouts that you can do right in your cell.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of them. It's the only thing to do just to pass the time. So yeah, I've been getting creative with all that shit. And
you don't have TV or nothing. They don't give you shit, huh?
There's a TV out in the hallway, so I'm laying on my back watching it on the ground by the door, which is fun. There's only 5 minutes to go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got you. Yeah, that's true.
What's that?
I go, there's a TV behind. I said, there's a TV behind you, but then I realized that this is not your cell that you're in.
No, but it's the same thing. Like there's a TV in the living room or the hallway, whatever the fuck, and you can like see it from your door. And when I was first brought in here, they had me on like suicide watch, so I was sleeping. I had like a tarp, like a poncho made out of tarp, like plastic tarp, as clothing. That was my clothing.
Maybe they thought he was
normal
killed
clothes
with
now,
his
but yeah,
stand-up.
before it was a nightmare. For like a week, I was wearing a tarp. not the most comfortable thing. I guess I'm officially a bad boy now, right? I've always been kinda.
No, you won that game. Yep.
Yeah, you're a bad boy.
You're a bad boy now.
Congrats.
I'm gonna have to change my Twitter handle to quasi bad boy.
Medium boy.
Diet Coke. Diet boy.
Yeah. Are people giving you shit for being friends with me?
Well, yeah, but not because you want to lie to women.
I've been adamant to anybody that did
No,
bring it up that
people aren't talking about you at all.
you've only been accused.
Yeah, no one cares
Like
that you unalive someone, but your stand-up career, yeah, they give a shit.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Legitimately, Gareth, no one cares. People have already forgotten about you.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was some shit to wake up to, man. I'll tell you
This
that
dude
much.
talks about himself a lot.
I said it was definitely some weird shit to wake up to.
Oh, gotcha.
And he thinks other people talk about him a lot.
Sunday.
Okay.
They put it on. They put it on TMZ on Saturday night.
Oh, it was on TMZ.
Yeah, they like 20 got
The
20
reason it was on
armed
TMZ was because the chick
right
used to
outside my
date
house.
Drew Carey. That's it.
It was insane.
It's nothing to do with him.
And a girl was in the car with me. I was taking a girl home. The girl from your birthday party. I was taking a girl home, and then they're like all these SUVs stopped in front of behind my car and like had like rifles and handguns pointed at me and shotguns.
Is the second arrest or the first?
First, the second was the same thing. The second one was at an In-N-Out. The first one was at my house.
That's
Oh, wow, so she was right there with it.
Yeah, she was not pleased, obviously. Actually, yeah, it was confusing. And then I started. She was there for a while, and I was in the back of the car, and I watched her eventually get taken away. They drove her home.
Oh, I can only imagine what she's thinking now.
Yeah. God damn.
Oh, I see.
And I haven't talked to her. I haven't talked to anyone but my brother. Yeah. What's the number again? My brother?
No, let me go first.
Yep, there you go. Got it.
Amie Pursehouse.
Yeah, Amie Pursehouse. And,
Yeah. That's
and that's
it.
the only one.
See?
We don't talk to your sister or nothing, right?
This
Just
guy's
everything
so
to your brother.
Yeah,
deluded.
I think it's
He
my brother.
thinks that
And, I mean, yeah.
being
he's handling everything.
arrested
which is
for
a lot.
unaliving
He's dealing with
someone
a lot. You know,
I would imagine.
and he's now famous because of that.
If he was super far
And
away.
it's not it at all.
So
It's because the chick is connected to Drew Carey. That's it.
Before he comes up, that would be good. And maybe selling, I would just ask him what furniture he doesn't want, which is probably all of it. Start selling it, or on Craigslist or something.
Well, computers and cameras and stuff.
No. Furniture.
Yeah.
Like
He's
couches
not
and
famous.
shit. He's gonna want the cameras. Yeah, like the couch and I have tables and stuff. My couch is their shit, but the rest of the stuff is nice. So see what you can do as far as maybe setting up like an eBay thing that's specifically all my stuff kind of thing. Like if you do that right away, and then that can get out there and post it on the comments of articles on the sites, on all the news sites, and that way maybe people will go buy it. Just anything to get money from my brother.
Yeah, what you're saying is the singer of Korn, Jonathan Davis, he collects mass murder. I'm not calling you a mass murder, Gareth, but he collects artifacts and and stuff like that. It's like a thing. People collect.
Okay. So he might want to
drawings
collect
from,
some
like,
stuff from you
mansions
because you
and shit
killed
like that.
somebody.
Yeah.
That there's things that are, if it's
So your friends think you did it,
pencil or something.
dude.
Yeah, exactly. So, and there's even like art books of mine that are. There's an art book that's from like my high school that's out in the living room. So maybe that is, the girl was actually pointing out how I had like bad drawings from a long time ago. So yeah, maybe sell that shit. But yeah.
Here, real quick, we're gonna do that. You got 20 seconds before I got a countdown.
Oh, so yeah. So tell me, what's up?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm watching it. So yeah, and ask my brother to talk to Forrest because he knows about like manipulating media and stuff too. So maybe communicate with him. He knows who that is. And yeah, do your best to try and do the whole capitalizing on thing, which Corey clearly understands.
What does he think these guys
Thanks, man.
do?
See you guys soon. Bye.
Like, is this their whole job now? Like, are they like his minions?
Yeah,
They're
he's
his
famous now.
bros. Well, you know,
Charles
like
Manson.
they're quasi bad boys. Apparently, that's what they're going to change their Twitter handles to: quasi bad boy 1 and quasi bad boy 2.
We are back on the record in this matter. Just an update. I think that sometime next week, you will probably get, sometime next week, the final arguments from counsel when they both give their summation of the case, what they believe the evidence is established in this trial, and then you'll begin your deliberations sometime next week.
Didn't we already
Okay,
see
so
this
that's an
part?
update. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock, just a reminder. All right, counsel, you may continue.
Yes. Now, going back to your investigation in this case, on February 16, 2020, did you collect the swabs for photo ID number 12, that's shown here at people's number 86?
Yes.
The swab for photo ID number 13, shown here on people's exhibit number.
Oh dear.
And I'm showing the site where the swab, where the location where these items were swabbed. 87C.
Yes.
And the location for the swab for number 14 is shown here on people's number 86A.
Yes.
And the swab that's related to
You mean why it's only been running for
taken
3
out
hours a day?
for photo ID number 19, the location of photo ID number 19.
Yes, Sal. What
Yes.
Sal said.
And where did you collect those swabs?
I went to the Hertzberg Forensic Science Center.
It's
over at
interesting
Cal State
that
Los
when
Angeles,
everything
where,
gets chopped down, that's really all you get.
one of our forensic
That's
units.
probably pretty much
DA
what every
located
trial is.
There,
Maybe.
along with the sheriffs, and that's where I
Oh,
collected
yeah.
them from
Longer,
Nick
but-
Sanchez.
When you chop
criminals
out
that testified
all
here
of
in court.
the
That's correct, yes.
And was that on February
arguments,
16,
sidebars,
2020 at
breaks.
about 10:46 in the morning?
Yes.
everything
Oh yeah, I
else
guess
is
if
pretty
you
much-
chop out
Photo ID
the
number
sidebars
12, the
too,
swab on the
so-
French
Yeah, we don't
doors in
see
the
any
living
of
room.
that.
Did you mark that as property item number 2 for this particular case, case number 2006-06220?
Yes.
And as far as that particular case number, photo ID number 13, which was the related to the stain on the floor, that particular swab, did you book it into evidence as property item number 3 for this case?
Yes.
And the swab collected of the red stain from French doors in the living room, photo ID number 14,
Are we
the other
shapeshifted or we got a
stain,
new witness?
did you book that into evidence as property item number 4?
Yes.
And last, and also booked into under this case number.
Sal.
Yes.
And these are the
Yeah, I don't know yet.
property item numbers that we've been
I
referring
was
to
setting up
in
tomorrow's
this particular
stream.
case.
Yes, that's correct.
And lastly, the swab from the red
Oh
stain
no, it's the same witness.
next
Who's
to
brought
the
this in?
doorknob on the
This is the
French
same
doors
witness.
up in the balcony, that's identified as photo ID number 19, was the swab related to that booked as property item number 5?
Yes.
That was also done
I
all on
love
February
that.
16.
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
when Schroeder did
And
that.
in
They
that case,
started
so what
talking about
happens
the
when you
Asian
book those
fruit
items?
being
What do
stuck
you-
on the
what exactly
freighters
do?
that were backed up in
I
California.
booked those items into evidence
For the
at
jury?
FFC, and then
What is FSC?
Forensic Science Center, LAPD Forensic Science Center over at Hertzberg, Cal State LA, the facility there that they share with the Sheriff's Department. Once it gets booked into evidence,
He's got a woman's
then
voice.
a request is made by detectives for DNA analysis of the
woman's
items that are
voice.
booked, which Detective
Well,
Masterson
this
did.
is California.
So you and
He identifies as a woman.
detectives requested
He
for
legit
DNA analysis
has
to
a
be conducted
woman's
on those
voice.
particular items.
Yes, on items 1 through 5.
I looked away. I thought a
That's what
woman
was
was
done in this
talking.
case.
Yes.
And I looked back. And that
Now,
is a
Dave
man.
finds him
Did you
attractive.
collect
Yeah.
Amie Harwick's phone? Well, not you personally, but was it
Couldn't
eventually
believe my
Amie Harwick's
eyes.
phone, which was found at her home, was that eventually given to you?
Yes.
What?
And was
What's
there a
going on?
download of her data from her phone?
Yes.
And did that take some time?
Yes, it did.
Is that because the phone was password? There was a password that you did not have to the phone,
That's correct.
and it took some time to get the full download.
Yes.
Is that because you basically needed software to break into the phone, the iPhone?
Yes.
But eventually, did you get the full download?
Yes.
Okay, did you download the data so both the people and the defense could have that?
Yes.
Looking here at people's next in order, it's a photograph showing a phone with property item number 41, the history mark, people's next in order.
129.
That is so true, Distant. That really annoyed me.
Yeah, 129, you recognize what's shown on
And then
photograph A?
he went and
Yes.
told the jury,
That's
oh,
the
I'm so
evidence
sorry
that
the
will
lawyers have been
continue in
taking
Ms.
so
Harwick's phone.
long.
As you look at the
Sorry to
envelope, you
keep
see
you
the
here.
original property book, which was the 15th of February 2020. You have the DR number, which is the case number we've been referring to 006-06220. And you have my name as employee booking property there down the middle of the envelope, Carranza, with my employee number.
And did you designate this phone as property item number 41 for this case?
Yes.
Looking at photograph B, is this the back, photo showing the back side of the phone along with that envelope?
Yes.
And so an extraction was done on the phone, is that correct?
Yes.
But before we get to that, were you then able to see the actual phone and see if there were any text messages there?
Yes.
And the text messages, for example, looking at photograph, I believe exhibit number 10G, the text message from Hernando Chavez that we showed to the jury, was that on Amie Harwick's cell phone?
Yes.
Looking at people's exhibit number 12, see those photographs?
Yes.
Looking at 12B,
Yes.
photograph with, I believe, Ms. Harwick and Ms. Jalot?
Yes.
Rebecca Jalot?
Yes.
And photograph 12C?
Yes.
Were these photographs in Amy's phone when you looked at it?
Yes.
Looking at people's exhibit number 14, I believe this is a message with Ms. Marcy Mendoza.
That's correct. Yes, it is.
Did you also see this in Dr. Amie Harwick's cell phone?
Yes, it's a self-right download of the phone.
Were you able to see the actual text message on the phone?
Yes.
Now, you said the Cellbrite download. Can you tell the jury what is a Cellbrite download of a cell phone?
The Cellbrite is a program that
Well,
our forensic expertise
he's a
to
yes.
download a cell phone. And what the program does
Man,
is pretty
physically,
much downloads a phone and
but
puts it in an easy to
he
read
has a
format for the
woman's
investigator to go
voice.
through. You can look to see how many text messages, how many photographs, how
Listen.
many calls, the contact
And during
list,
closing
anything that's
arguments,
stored on
one
that
of
cell
the
phone is
jurors got
downloaded
sick,
and put in a Cellbrite reader.
threw
Makes it
up
easier for us
because
to,
of something
yeah.
she
look at the
ate.
phone.
Was
Instead of looking at the
She
physical
has-
phone, you look at that reader and you
Sure.
have everything categorized by categories.
She'd be eating at the cafeteria.
For example, I'm going to have a two-page.
That was amazing. One of the
document.
jurors threw up during closing arguments
Yeah.
after he jokes about how awful the cafeteria and begs him not to eat there.
Well, he wasn't joking.
Apparently
He was
not.
like, don't eat at the cafeteria. You take your life into your own hands. And he was serious.
I beg you, bring your own lunch.
Bring your own lunch.
A three-page document. It is a Cellbrite printout for text messages between Hernando Chavez and Cat Dukes Histon with phone number 626-347-7623. The history mark people's next in order.
130A through C.
130A. See, so looking here at 130A, you can tell the jury what is shown here.
Yes, that's a Cellbrite extraction report that I created from the cell phone Cellbrite program. You can actually create a PDF of the items you're looking at and put it in this format so it's easy to read.
Now, these block sections, that's pursuant to court order redactions, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So here it says the number of an individual. On the report it says Hernando Chavez, and it gives the phone number of that individual, right?
Yes.
And then it has someone calling themselves Cat Dukes Histon owner, and the number 626-347-7623.
Yes.
Whose phone number?
Amie Harwick.
So whoever has this phone, they decided to call themselves that.
Yes.
So basically, Amie Harwick is calling herself that.
Yes.
And just to show the jury. So the language here on page B, where this text in green, Gareth found my number and messaged me. I told him I don't want to talk and wished him the best, but his response was still obsessive and scary. Is that the same as the text message provided by
I ordered
Mr.
pepper
Chavez
spray
showing people's exhibit
because I
10G?
couldn't get a pew-pew in California.
Yes.
So you're verifying that those text messages are also on the Celebrite?
Yes.
And you did that with all the messages, for example, of Marcy Mendoza and Rebecca Gillot?
Yes, I created PDF files from the Cellbrite with all those messages.
Did you also find messages that defendants sent in on her phone?
Yes.
And did you print out the Celebrite too, so we can see those messages?
Yes, I created a PDF of that and turned it over to your office.
You have one, Your Honor? I have an exhibit with screenshots, well, not screenshots, printouts, Celebrite, pages A through H, and just remark people's names in order. 131. 131. So here, the very top of the Celebrite report says, who are the participants in this printout that you generated?
Gareth Pursehouse.
And is that his number, 760-809, I'm sorry, 760-809-2732?
Yes.
And then to this number, tattoos?
Yes, Miss Harwick's number.
Okay, so now let's look at the
Wait,
message, and do the messages have a
Can
date
you
and
go
time
back
when they
a
were sent?
sec?
Yes.
And so for example,
No,
here,
never mind. It doesn't matter because I
the
don't.
message,
She's no longer alive, so
when it's sent,
I don't need to get her
what
number.
would the time be where it was sent? Is that, am I pointing to it?
Shelley wants you to go get your
Okay, well,
cat.
it has from and
cats.
to, and then it has delivered read, and it has when it's read. The date, 1/17/2020, 11:52:04 a.m. UTC -8.
So what does that mean?
I guess neither of them are going
This
to
is
be using
already,
their
the
cell
program
phones
already
anytime soon.
takes into account date and time, Pacific Standard Time, so it puts that time on the
Cats
cell
pretty
right
much
down.
do whatever they want.
UTC -8, this is the actual time this message was read, 11:52:04. So it converts the time from UTC time, which is also known as Greenwich Village time, and converts it to local time.
So that this message was read on January 17, 2020 at about 11:51 a.m.
11:52:04.
11:52
I'm sorry, 11:51.
11:51 a.m.?
Actually, it's 11:52:04, but it's red at the upper.
All right, 11:52. And the message is from the person Gareth, I interneted your number, recognize it now that I see it. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then the response, well, then there was another text message from Gareth,
Oh,
if I'm allowed to text. And that's at, also at 11:52, read at 11:52 a.m.
Yes.
Okay. B,
I highly doubt it, Shelley.
My cat did not
response-
appreciate that.
can anyone see that?
No.
And then, so as you're looking at the server, are you looking at the chain of text messages that's
No.
going on between
He's
Gareth
not going
and
to be
this person?
waiting
Yes.
for it. Not like he has one.
Is there a response at 11:55 a.m.?
Hey, rabbit.
Well, is there a response with three letters PPP?
Yes.
So you don't know what Dr. Amie Harwick was doing when she pressed the P 3 times.
No idea.
And then at 11:55,
This cat is such a sook.
another text message from
He
Amie Harwick
is
to Gareth.
the biggest
P,
sooky
capital
bear.
P and small p.
Yes.
Babu.
So you don't know why that's happening.
They give
No idea.
$10 in cat toy donations.
And then at
Come on stream
11:56,
again?
there's another message from Ms. Harwick to Gareth where it's just
It says maybe.
His
several
name,
P's are
his name is
being
Seraph.
pressed.
S-E-R.
Right.
Yes.
Seraph boy.
Looking at page C of this exhibit,
He's an old man.
this is the response that it's
17.
cut off where it's Gareth to Cat Dukes, correct?
That's why he's
Yes.
so snuggly.
Uh,
He's too
and so
old
the message
to
from
bother
Gareth
with
saying,
anything else
yes,
but
we show
cuddle.
all P at 11:56, correct?
Yes.
I agree.
Thank you.
And then the response
That's right.
at 11:58 by Ms. Pursehouse is PP and POP.
Seraph.
Name is Harwick.
S-E-R-I-F.
Ah,
Yes.
Thank you for correcting me.
All right.
And then there's another message from Ms. Harwick right after that at 11:59 a.m. And I'm not counting the seconds, but just looking at the minutes, 11:59. Does she indicate, oh wow, my text was left open and I'm on call? Sorry.
Yes.
boy, you just gave him so much hope, dude.
D, I think this is cut off, but these are all messages from between Mr. Pursehouse and Dr. Amie Harwick.
Yes, that's correct.
From her phone.
Yes.
Okay, and at about 12:01 p.m. now, is it Mr. Pursehouse stating on this text, so you're not just really into talking about P now?
That's correct, yes.
Oh, he's a flirt.
Harwick responds at 12:09, and there appears to be a symbol. Do you see that?
Yes.
And what does that look like? What does that look to you?
I don't know what it is.
The symbol of a woman or something?
He'd be speculating.
Yeah.
Huh?
He'd be speculating.
Okay, thank you. Looking at the next text message, is this a text message from, would be Miss Dr.
What's going on? Come on, keep going.
It's long, Krim. Not you. The hour, you paused it. It's
I
still
just paused it
going,
when I'm
but
still
the
going.
video's messed up.
Yeah, right. Come on, you can do it. Come on, little cream. Oh, you can see that it's still going because the Lauren Cream little thingy's still going. Right.
Harwick to the defendant.
Yes.
And does she state, I'm glad we had a chance to speak last night. It sounds like we both needed to express and hear some things from the other person.
Yeah, see, when he goes missing,
Looking at
we're
page
saying
E.
Sarah. But you don't go missing
Sarah-
that often
Gareth
anymore,
respond.
do you? He used to go for little runs
Just sometimes P, got it, at
and
12:11.
go missing up trees, but not so much
And
anymore.
At 12:12.
I always try to win my
you
ex
send another
back
text. Does Gareth send
and
another
put a
text?
restraining order
I'm
out on
sometimes
me
Y.
by talking about P.
Yes.
And then another text at 12 p.m.
Where are you going?
Yeah, I need it. Still do.
Still do.
I slept well.
Slept
Yes.
well.
Looking at photograph. Yeah.
Yeah.
Message from
Dude, you had a Tinder date you were screwing.
Pursehouse
Mm.
to Amie at about 12:12, 32 seconds, almost an hour.
Yes.
Another message. from
Well, it
Pursehouse
would be
to Amie
Sans Serif
Harwick at
if his name was Sans Serif, but it's
12:46
not. His
seconds.
name's Sarah.
At 7 a.m.
Yes.
Then another text message from Pursehouse to Dr. Harwick at 12:14, about 2 minutes later, correct?
Yes.
States, and I'm right now listening to a phone conference, literally about organizing psych articles for the rapist.
Yes.
Dude,
Looking at text G.
that is not the time. What?
This is another text from Gareth Pursehouse to Dr. Amie Harwick at the same date at 12:17 now.
Yes.
And is it not sure if you're done because you said how we finished this now last night, but if we can meet again.
Yes.
And up to this point, Dr. Amie Harwick has not sent other text messages in response to this last part of the conversation.
No.
And looking now at 12:26.
I feel like this is me DMing
Is this the
you.
text message that you saw on the celebrate from Dr. Amie Harwick to Gareth Pursehouse?
Yes.
Okay, it says, I think it was really good that we were able to speak last night. I'm sure there's a lot more that you want to process and say to me, but I think that was a lot for both of us. I hope you were able to hear me last night when I said that I was sorry for anything that caused you suffering and that I forgive you for the things that you did to me. I think right now it's best to have some space, and I don't mean that in a negative way. The past is sad and triggering for both of us. I think we ended our talk last night well. We can be civil from a distance, respect each other, and move forward with our own lives. Is that the message that was sent?
Yes.
Was that Amy saying that?
Yeah.
And then at about
she finally responded.
30 minutes or so later at 12:50, is there a message showing that Gareth Pursehouse responded, so you're still gone, which is exactly my nightmare and sadly what I expected. It feels the same as when I wrote you that long
Chill,
list
cat.
of what I would miss about you
Chill, cat.
and heard nothing
Yeah,
back.
chill,
Just reaching
chill.
out into the darkness trying to stop falling. I wish I could do something more, but reaching out to you is crippling action that I had
In his
actually
younger
contemplated
days,
several times over the past
yes,
few months.
he would eat
Just
birds.
to say to
These
you-
days he couldn't
Just to say
be
to you the word
involved.
help, admitting to you how hurt I am.
These days he's just
I'm
like,
so embarrassing
yeah,
and painful,
no, just feed
which
me.
demolishes me
Yeah, nah.
even more because it used to be I
That
told
was
you
not for
every
me
detail about
anymore.
myself no matter what. Is that the message that's sent at about 12:48 p.m.?
Yes.
And
I've got a younger
these are
one,
the last three messages
A
in this
little-
chain. Looking at the top one,
little white and
there's another message from
calico
Gareth
one.
Pursehouse to Dr. Amie Harwick
She goes out and
at 2 p.m.
kills all sorts of things.
I don't know how busy you are, and it truly scares me so much more than I can possibly convey to say this. Please don't just vanish on me. Please don't let me go do that again. Is that message sent to Dr. Harwick at about 2 o'clock and 44 seconds?
Yes.
And there's another message at 4 minutes later at 2:04 p.m. from Gareth Pursehouse to Dr. Harwick. Even when I was laying in bed last night, I put on Star Trek, and the first episode was Will Riker and Diana Troy, therapist, going through a bizarrely similar situation. I assume Marcy used her psychic powers for that.
Oh, God.
Now, did you know that Marcy Mendoza, her friend, works as a psychic?
To object to that is hearsay, speculation.
I don't know. Well, it's not hearsay. Do you know that, sir?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. Yeah, well, how do you know that? Was it based on something somebody told you?
It's based on the interview that Detective Masterson had with her and
All right,
conversations.
I'll just stand on hearsay, guys.
It's based on me
Looking
watching
at the
Star
next
Trek,
text
bitch.
message. Is this a text message from Pursehouse to Dr. Amie Harwick later that day at 6:54? Please call me.
Yes.
And on the cell did you see, after that last message that Dr. Amie Harwick sent about let's move on with our life, did you see any text message where she
Sounds like he was
texted
trying
back?
to get help.
No.
Now, the following day, does the celebrate show that the defendant left a voicemail message for her?
Yes.
And was this about a 9-10 second voicemail message?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a CD labeled Pursehouse voicemail with the date of August 18th, 2020. Actually, I'm going to move on to this exhibit and probably play it tomorrow.
You still want to mark it as 132?
Yeah, yes, 132,
Yes.
and the transcript as 132A.
Yes. But it's just about 4 o'clock, Counsel.
Yeah, so I'll start tomorrow.
Okay, very good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow at 11 o'clock, have a safe evening. We'll see you then, all right? Thank you.
That was epic.
Yeah.
Do we need a round of applause? Do we have that?
Oh.
Wicked. Hang on. Turn that off.
Oh boy, that ended great.
Bob Parker. Is that the original Price is Right guy?
Bob Barker, but yeah.
Bob Barker, right? Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
Price is Right.
Remember to spay and neuter your pets, everyone.
Yeah. Yep.
So tomorrow,
You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
yeah, his jokes.
Yeah. Anyway.
So tomorrow EU has a dance congress.
That is true. Well, actually, I'll be on a plane this time tomorrow.
Ooh, fancy.
But yeah, I know.
So I'll be doing the stream tomorrow, and I may be solo for a little bit. Jamie
imagine that.
I know. I'll try not to nuke our
DALI on
channels.
his own. Someone come save him. Anybody.
So hopefully Farrell or someone else can come on. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, worst case, I'm solo. That's fine.
Yeah.
No Diamondbacks game tomorrow. We won today, 9-1. And our rookie just became the first player in Major League history to get 25 home runs and 50 stolen bases in his rookie season.
Yeah, Farrell, just for a
Do
bit.
you not understand how amazing that is? No, you don't. Fine.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm pleased that you're excited about it though, Sal.
Thank you.
It's nice to see you so happy about it.
I am very happy.
Yeah. I have no clue what you're talking about. But
5 years. Yeah. We're
great. That's
approaching
awesome.
the playoffs.
Cool.
Mads, god damn it.
Will there be drugs? Look, there could be, Farrell. If you
Yeah, it's
ask nicely.
California.
Yeah.
Anyways,
maybe just hang out with Sal for half an hour at the start,
yeah.
and then then maybe
me
after
a-
Baker's finished, Jamie might come in. And,
Yeah. Give me a pity,
yeah, give a little
pity
bit of
contact.
pity
I'm kidding,
company.
Farrell. I'm kidding. I can do it by myself just fine. I do it that way all the time.
He's kidding. He can't.
Well, not about that.
Anyway, yeah, Sal has kindly offered to set up my dual stream to run anyway, even though I'm not
Yeah.
around, because I so desperately need the watch hours. So I appreciate in advance anybody who will just hang out in my chat or just leave the tab open. Just leave the tab open running
Yeah.
my my stream. Would just be fantastic.
Yeah.
Anyone
I'll
who
post
does that.
EU's link, mostly so she can get the watch hours.
Yeah.
I need subs. And once she gets the watch hours, then we can both work on subs and figure out something else. But
We're both working on subs in
Yeah.
any way we can. Yep,
Yeah.
submarines. But so don't stress about that. We're just trying ways. But watch hours, yeah, I think you've already got your watch hours, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
at 4,000.
truly done with the watch hours. So
Yeah, I hit 4,000 today. So
yeah, you're all good. So yeah, hanging out in my chat is really, really much appreciated. Really, really much appreciated. Really just appreciate all of you guys just so much. It's just
Absolutely.
fantastic. And yeah, so
good idea, Shizzy.
I'll see you guys. What's that say? Run it at 0.5. Takes longer.
Yeah, if
What's
you're
that
running
say?
in the background for someone,
Yeah.
slow it down a lot
Oh,
and then just run in the background, and
that's
it
really nice.
counts it keeps playing after it would normally be done at 1 time speed.
Oh, and that counts for longer.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's really clever.
help us out.
There you go. That's just so nice when people do that. Give you
Yeah.
pity streaming.
No, seriously, Farrell. I mean, I would love you here, but I don't need you here. So
Anyway, but that's also the sweet thing about the Making Law Simple Network, MLS, and is that we have a bunch of family around who
Taboo.
can. Oh my god. Oh, damn.
He's
Okay.
opening
Yeah.
cabinets again.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Granddad. Yeah, people around who do often come and just hang out on each other's channels, and it's just really lovely to have all of us around who all have the same kind of humor and not the same point of view, but complementary points of view, and can enjoy each other's company and contribute as part of the group. So yeah, that's awesome. I think it'd be really nice. I'll be away for a few days, but it'd be cool to see Sal with somebody else. And just I might pop in and out if I have data. If I have data, I will.
Pressure.
Yeah, I know.
Zero pressure.
But yeah, it'll be bring back Becky. I know. Working on that, Murph. I need a little bit more stuff to occur. I know there's some things have happened, and there's some video getting about, but I just need a little bit more. And if you've got some info for me, please throw it my way. But just in order to do an actual full stream on Becky, I need a little bit more stuff to go over.
I wonder if there's a wig like hers that I could do and just do a racist Becky character.
Yeah, sure, Sal.
Goodness me.
No, we should have an amended motion soon. Yeah, okay. I would think we would. Actually, you're right. Because that, with the whole defective argument thing, it should get amended. You're absolutely right. Once that's done, then we should be able to go through the amended motion, and then what we'll do is we'll look at what the state said was like dysfunctional about the
Yeah.
motion, and then we'll look at what the amended motion is. So yeah, that'll be cool, and
Yeah.
we'll look at all of the word on the streets around that as well. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyways.
and I'm planning on calling that one Helen Beck.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool. All right. Thank you, everybody, for wishing me a good trip. Hopefully, I'll see you just for a little bit. And thank you, Sal, for everything.
Of course.
Setting everything up whilst I'm gone. Have a great day, everybody.
All righty. Have fun, guys. Later.
Okay. Bye.
Toodles. Wow.